What's up, everybody? Listen, I know I'm a little early, but I'm pre-gaming right now. We're gonna get some music in. I'll be on camera in a quick second, but we want some people to funnel in here, so I must be on a microphone. We're gonna play the sexy ass music. This what y'all about to get. Hey, gotta find a way to put old head on here. Hey, hey. What's going on? Like I said, we just pre-gaming right now. Let me send this out to everybody. Hey. Everybody probably like, it ain't 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock somewhere. Mm. Hey, hey, hey. Mm. It's that good music playing right now. All right, let's see what else we got on here. Before I start playing some. Okay. Nah. All right, we gotta play some fun music. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't trying to run into too much of a thing, so we're gonna try to play like just a little bit of something because I think you can. I don't know if you can run into some copyright problems or something like that. So, what's going on, everybody who comes in? So far, we just trying to play a little bit of something. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to go to the SoundCloud list. I ain't gonna hold you. SoundCloud is the safest, and yeah, it's look. I don't want to play nothing that's gonna be too boring to make y'all motherfuckers leave. So,
Your sex taste, lady.
just give me some good vibe music for now. So we start to show up. Just giving everybody a chance to funnel in here. You know.
You saw it first.
Let's surface something a little bit.
What is it, Jess? I never know when the song starts.
All right, run it back. Hey. No, we ain't gonna play that. Sorry, y'all. Everybody who's probably watching, like, hey man, what the fuck are you doing? Here we go. Play that. Just for now. Oh, we ain't lose connection with that camera. The camera is very much here. Hold on. Hope y'all enjoying the ones and twos. Just playing some music. Decent but bright. I guess I am bright though, right? You hear that? Hey, come on, baby. I'm a that song's got fire. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, we ain't gonna play that. This all out my wheels. I had nothing else to play, so I had to run into a situation of like playing something that would have been like licensed. I wanted to find something that was more good vibe. Because once the time hit, let me just put that shit up. No. No, Lee.
No, I like it. I like it.
We are not live right now. We're playing
Okay.
games. I'm letting the people know that you're coming in and out. Like, and sit down. Now watch. We sitting here live, and then everybody gonna show up like 7 o'clock. And be like, y'all won't be punctual and shit, right? One minute. I guess I can pause whatever we're listening to kind of get ready for this part right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's almost that time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How you been feeling? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. Got to check up on you. Make sure you good and you chilling.
I am great.
Texting our usuals right now to make sure they bring their butt. For like with Miss Caprina, she always shows up. Oh man, oh dag, or however she said. All right, it's time to get ready to pull. Want to pull this down and get ready for the fun. Let's end this. Stop screen share. All right, so I wish we had a countdown. That should be fire. I think it is a countdown there.
Yeah, I think we do have one.
We'll do a countdown. All right, we'll do that.
Hey guys, and he's kind of beating all around the bush, and he said the reason was because really the person he has back home is his findom, and that she finally, and I was like, what? That's a thing?
But there's applying it, and then there's the actual action of using it.
Right.
Like when you discipline a child, you tell
Keep going. And then when we do it, you guys say, "Scissor me, daddy," like that. All right.
No, you know.
This is not the fucking thing to do. Like,
They think that's normal.
I got you, like, buddy. Hey, help her.
Minutes later, I see a pizza slide under my door. No contact. Like, I'm good.
You see the pizza slide under the door with the hands, and your fucking hand slam down on top of it and grab it.
We have an initial physical type of what we like to see initially, because our eye is always drawn to something. I can see a tall guy, big and broad shoulders, and I'm like, ooh, nice. But if he talks to me, and I'm be like, maybe not.
Okay, so Mike, until we get the rest of the guys in, want to start with your first question for us ladies. First of all, are you drinking a Capri Sun?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. First things first, what is happening?
First things first, what is happening?
That Capri Sun will never get old.
No, it
looked
won't. Listen, it's even worse now because I'm
It looked
eating.
like this in your hand, like your hand was huge. And the
Damn, that's how big. That's how.
I was like, what? Okay.
I'm eating salmon right now. So look, hold on, y'all. We gotta do a proper introduction because I'm eating, I'm fat with it, and I don't care. But welcome to We Got Questions. It's your host, Mr. Hennessy. I was with my other co-host.
Basic.
That way. Yeah, Basic. So welcome to all the shenanigans and all the other good stuff, all the fun things that needs to be said. But of course, we're being serious today. So
Yes.
we are being serious.
Yeah.
But if you want to, do something different, do something different. So, we might have questions that sit in that realm, but make it fun at the same time. I feel like I want to make the questions
Absolutely.
fun.
We'll always find a way to do that.
Listen, always find a way to make questions fun.
Mhm.
That's all I want to do is just make it fun. I think Basic wants to make it fun. We're going to make it fun. Shout outs to last week's episode. I feel like that episode was fire. We had a lot of fun with it. And
Yeah.
we had a nice little clip that started some shit. Oh, that was rhymes. That was bars. That was bars. That was bars. That was bars. But
Hi guys,
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
coming in.
everybody that came in, what's up, Kristen? Fine ass. You got Kristen is here. Francesca. I'm sorry, I said it on purpose. Francesca.
Hello.
Miss MJ, first time. Thank you for coming through, MJ.
Hey, MJ.
Yeah. What's up? I don't know who Chula is.
But welcome.
Welcome. Chula.
I don't know, but welcome.
She said she's sipping her wine. Hey, look,
Yes.
you guys sip your wine and chill. I'm over here. I'm eating salmon, and I got a big ass thing of Fiji water today. No little kitty things today. I ain't getting cussed out at all today. So
Good.
I'm
That's
on my
a
own, man.
size appropriate bottle.
Yes, size appropriate bottle. This is a Glizzy based bottle right here. But anyway,
Hi, Max. How are you?
Maximus Bennett. That is my brother. That's my best friend.
Hi.
Look at that wholesome ass picture. He don't look like that anymore. He got that Barry White beard, and he look like he come through the room like.
All he needed was like.
That's how he come in the room now.
Pose or this pose. That's all that picture needed.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
That's all he need to do. This gangster shit. He probably won't laughing his ass off anyway. But welcome once again. Our topic today is
We're talking about dealing with conflict in relationships.
Oh, that right there.
This is like, it's going to be more of like a self-reflective kind of thing. I always feel like we go between like spicy and like therapeutic. And I think that this is something like that could be super therapeutic because I feel like a lot of times it's good to like be introspective. You know what I mean? To be self-aware, to think about like why and how you behave the way you do and just sort of like ask yourself certain questions. I try to do it for myself as a part of like my growth. And I think that also talking about it. Oh, it's Chalissima. Hi.
Hello, Chalissima.
It's if we talk about it with one another, I feel like it's good to get other people's input on certain things. Because a lot of times we look at things from a very like our own perspective, and it's hard for us to see outside of that or to understand outside of that. So if we can all converse and talk and share our experiences and our opinions, it leads to better learning, right? Yeah.
Once again, hi.
Hello, everybody. As you guys come in, please don't forget to like, share out to your friends. Subscribe if you have not already subscribed. We have fun. We do this every Monday at 7 p.m. and it's a good time. Shall we get this party started?
Yeah, because you're starting it.
Okay.
Your damn topic.
My first question, and this is for everyone, not just Mike, but Mike, you're going to answer first.
Oh, God. We might have
as you swallow your food first. No, it's not like a bad question. It's a
No, I'm saying we might have guests.
We might have guests. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm down. We always love when we have guests up here. Do you feel like the way that you've handled conflict, like within your relationships, whether it be romantic or friendship relationships. Do you feel like that's changed like over the years
Yes, big time.
for the better?
Yeah, most definitely. I never tried to change for the worse. I'm like,
No one does, but sometimes they do. It's never the intention, but it can go there.
somebody might go the wrong route. Come
Yeah.
on.
He's always eating on the show.
I am. This dude.
Yes.
I mean, I'll be hungry, y'all. This is the time to eat, 7 o'clock. I'm not gonna eat at 5 and then be hungry again later on. Anyway, so I would say how it changed was that I can tell, like I said, it was my anxiety based thing. So like even with my friends, I still had the same anxiety. Never want to feel like I'm disappointing people. That it's, you know, like I just never wanted to feel like a disappointment overall. Like, and I want to feel like I was disappointing somebody. So I would, you know, do things or try not to ask for things or trying to do something that would put me in a position where I will be arguing with somebody or whatever the case is. Like my friend Metz, me and him has never had an argument in our whole entire friendship. And I know him since 1996. Not one time we have an argument. Of course, we disagree on certain things. Like it'd be like this, and the disagreements would be like some game shit. And it'd never be something that is like conflicting. But I've had conflicting conversations. I lost a friend over conflicting conversations. At the time, I wanted to kick the shit out of him. Now, I would just tell him, like, you know, I'm sorry that you felt that way. You know, like there's two different versions of myself. You know, like I would rather be the man that grows with things, because violence is that should be my last resort for anything, and it should be you attacking me. Mike will be 20. Oh, yes, we do be 20. We be eating. Yeah, I'm glad that somebody's with me. Friend, listen, fantasy, excuse me, I thank you. Anyway, yeah, like I'm always been like that I've always kind of just been a good friend to everybody though.
I almost died. Go ahead.
You all right?
I almost died for a second, but I'm good. Okay, I'm back.
You sure? The lipstick is telling me you went a little too far.
I'm good.
Yeah, I need somebody to confirm this with me. Did she go a little bit too far, y'all? I'm going to put her right here.
All the way down.
Hold on. We're going to put her on the Summer Jam screen. Look at that goddamn lipstick. She done went too far. That is borderline.
This is where I should have been, and this is where I went, and that's where things went wrong. Right.
She was feeling frisky, y'all. I know exactly what it was. She was feeling nasty. Yeah, I had that thing right in the tuck too. Anyway, back to the shits. So, what was I saying? Oh, me being the friend that I am, I've never really had conflict with a lot of my friends, but I can tell the way that I was then and the way I am now is different. One is because I'm always in a state of learning. Yeah. And I feel like because I'm in a state of learning, instead of me having a conflict with you, I would rather have a conversation with you. You teach me something, maybe I teach you something, maybe we learn from each other. Because I feel like, there's right and there's wrong. There's ways people go about it and there's people don't go about things. But I think I have a group of people that when we have conversations and we talk, we are like in sync with each other. So we never have to deal with the conflicting part. Unless you're just an unwilling person, excuse me, and we do not have that in our circle. We do not have that in our circle. No matter what, we don't have that in our circle. So what's so funny? Oh, the future. Yeah, she was being toxic, y'all. She knew what she was doing with that straw. Anyway, yeah. So I guess I would say that, like, I don't have conflict with my friends. Anybody that's in here right now will tell you when they met me, I'm the same person. If not, I feel like I got better.
Yeah.
I met Kristen 2019. Kristen, you tell them if I've changed. Metz, I met you in 1996. What is your opinion of me? You know, like, who else is in here that's a part of my friend circle? Not a lot of you, but anyway, it's not people watching. So if y'all are watching, please shout out, just throw something in there, tell us hi, say something so we can feel like we having conversation with 9 to 11 different people because it just keep fluctuating.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
People keep popping in and out. So I
Popping in
would
and out.
say, personally for myself, yes. But I mean, I still think there's room for growth. I think I've recognized that. I think I've went through a couple of phases when it comes to dealing with conflict.
Yeah.
There was like, I think when I was younger, it was maybe not knowing how to. So instead of dealing with it or facing it, just sort of swallowing it and not dealing with it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It was more so just, if it was an issue for me, it was pushing down whatever my issues were and just accepting however the other person wanted to fix it. You know what I mean? Which is unhealthy. And then it just kind of went to a phase of suppression. So it's not so much like me pushing my own stuff down. It's just waiting until the very last minute when I can't take it anymore and then just exploding, which is also not healthy, right? And then I think now I'm more at a place where I'm way more, I'm conscious of my habits, and so I do feel like I have to voice them. I try not to get to the place where I'm waiting until I'm about to burst, and then I know that it's gonna like explode and be some horrible, huge thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a work in progress, though. I can't honestly say that I'm always avoiding that. I think sometimes, because of the type of person I am, like I'm sort of a caretaker for people and I kind of like take care of the people around me, that a lot of times I will tend to bottle things up until it's like, oh, well now, like if I don't say it, I'm going to lose my shit. You know what I mean? So I try to be conscious of it, or when I feel like it's happening, and address it. But I went through like different like phases of just like, either it was, we're not going to talk about it at all and my issues don't matter, and then that kind of led to like resentment because I was never addressing my issues, to waiting until I was about to burst and all it took was like a pin poke and then it was an explosion, to me just kind of being aware that those are my things. You know what I mean? And trying not to repeat those same habits.
So,
hi Nori, nice to meet you. We have someone new.
Hi Nori, how are you doing? Welcome to the show, Nori.
Welcome.
If this is your first time in, please come in, subscribe. Wait, I think I know who that is. La da 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 da.
Are you going through the Rolodex of names?
But anyway, if it's your first time in, welcome to the show. We talk about fun things. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like it. If you got any questions, that's the name of the show. Ask them. We want to answer everything that's asked. I'm going to commit myself to answering every question that's asked of me.
Okay.
Don't not challenge me on this. Oh God. I shouldn't have said it.
Luckily for this show, we don't have anything crazy. Oh, that's Chris's friend Nori. Hi, and hi, Stephanie. Welcome.
Right. Oh, Steph. There we go, Steph. That's what I'm talking about, Steph. She be moving quick out here. Anyway, the question I have for you. So, do you think that a lot of like, because I can tell you're introverted, but you're introverted. You might be what I am, and I think that's why we get along so well. We might be ambiverts. Like we can do both. When we're in the house, we're in the motherfucking house. Like, they'd be like, "Yo, you trying to leave?" I'll give you one of those.
Not really.
What am I supposed to do? Type of thing. Like, what you trying to get me to do? Like, because if it just ain't gonna work out that way. So, we're very similar in that because I completely understand that. Like, but I want to know: do you think that your introvertedness is what does that? Because do you think you have more introverted ways as far as how you deal with your friends? Because I'm very extroverted with my friends.
Yeah.
If they call me and get me hype, I'm out. But you gotta give me a reason why I'm leaving this house. That's the whole point. Give me a reason why I need to get the fuck up and leave.
Right.
But I feel like with your approach, because you're so relaxed and you're that opposite of what it would be for me, I can tell that I can do the same thing you're doing in maybe giving someone, like maybe not talking to someone a certain way. Oh, Hey guys, I'm Shannon. Late to the party. You're not late to the party.
Not
Hey,
at all, Shannon. Welcome.
welcome in, Shannon, Tiffany.
Welcome.
Welcome in everybody. You know, all these people coming through. Make sure that y'all liking and subscribing. No, I'm playing. Let me get up.
I would say that I am an introverted extrovert. Like I do very much like to stay to myself, but I can also like function socially too. But I don't think that's necessarily the reason. I think the reason is because of sort of like the role that I play with people in my life, and that I've always played with people in my life, whether it be my loved ones, family, and friends. I tend to sort of take on this role of being a fixer and taking care of people. And sometimes when you do those things, it puts you in a space of my stuff takes a back seat to your stuff. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily it's not necessarily like an intentional thing. It's just a thing that you do when you're fixing things for other people, or when you're taking care of other people. Hi, Ray. When you're taking care of other people, your stuff sort of takes a back seat to other people's stuff. So because I did that for so many years, where I was just like, well, there's no space or room for me to address my stuff. I'm too busy trying to fix stuff for other people. You know, I think when you kind of move through that space, you can start to build like unhealthy patterns. And like, if I was so busy trying to fix someone else's conflict, there was no time for me to address or fix mine, because I was too busy trying to fix something for somebody else, you know? And then it became, there's a level of resentment. There's a level of just like letting things build up until you can't, you know, because you're doing it so much, you're never really saying what your thing is, you know? And I did it in relationships too. I would, in relationships, I often felt like I was just sort of like not addressing stuff that was a problem for me. And then towards the end of the relationship, it was had a lot to do with resentment towards my partner. And then I had to recognize that it wasn't necessarily their fault. Not if I don't voice it. How do they know there's an issue?
Right.
If I don't say there's an issue, you know what I mean? And now here I'm at a place where I don't even want to deal with it anymore, but I've never said anything. So I had to kind of take accountability for the fact that I was sort of doing my own thing that was creating this really unhealthy dynamic with me and my partner, because I was not telling them the things that were bothering me. Right. So how would they ever know that we need to address this? Because you're so busy. And it was, and in a way, it's a bit of people pleasing, even though you don't mean for it to be. You're just so used to swallowing your own stuff, and you're pleasing this other person, and you set this precedence for how your relationship goes. And then by the end of it, when you're like, you've built up all this resentment because none of your stuff has ever been addressed, you feel resentment towards a person who doesn't even understand why we're in this space, because you never said anything. I had to take accountability.
Toys. Right.
Hey, Toys. Like I never said anything. So how am I holding this person accountable for my own, like for my stuff? You know what I mean? Right. When I didn't even tell you it was a thing. So yeah, it was, I think it had more to do with the dynamic of the role that I've kind of played in people's life, as opposed to, you know, how I interact with people like socially. I just was a person who fixed things, who made things better. And I was always fixing things and making things better, never addressing my own stuff.
Okay.
So it just took some time. Like it took a while before I even realized that was a thing. I had to say, like, I just noticed that a lot of my relationships were ending in me feeling resentful towards my, you know, whoever I was with. And then I was like, well, why is this? What is it? You know, what is the thing? Hey, Toys. Like, what is the thing that's getting me to this place? And I had to sort of take accountability. I have some responsibility for this. Like, if I'm not telling you that this is a problem for me, how do I expect for you to just guess it? You know?
Yeah. So former people pleaser here, retired, still can relate.
Right.
I like that.
It happens so easily too. I feel like being a people pleaser, you can sometimes like fall into it without even knowing. Being a fixer is exhausting at times because we tend to internalize our feelings and emotions. And that was exactly the problem. I think it was happening in my family life, and it kind of transferred over into my relationships. I had found myself in some family situations where everyone else was allowed to feel and be angry. And because I was so busy helping everybody, I didn't get that time to process it. So I was just moving through the motions, trying to help everybody and not even addressing what was happening made me feel. And then it became a pattern. You know what I mean? Like, it just became like, oh, now I'm doing this everywhere, like everywhere I'm going. Like, I'm doing it all the time because I'm so busy fixing everybody's stuff.
Right.
That I'm bottling up. Hey, Joy, I'm bottling up all my own stuff.
Right.
And when it becomes a pattern or a habit, like, you just do it all the time.
So oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so that's the conflict you have with yourself with that.
Yeah.
If anything,
Mm-hmm.
outside of just having a conflict with people, that's the conflict it seems like you're having with yourself, is that
Absolutely.
I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
The problem with me is that I'm a pleaser overall. So I've learned to separate and not create a conflict for myself, because if I feel like I can't do it, I just stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to cold turkey it. Like, I'm not going to please this person.
Mm-hmm.
That's an ability I had to learn, because I'm easy to trigger my anxiety with that. I'm easy to feel like if I failed at something. You know what I mean? Like, what's up, Joy? Joy! Anyway, I feel like, listen, former people, look, we all retired former people pleasers. Like, imagine looking at our resume. Shit look weird. But anyway, okay, so do not judge me. I have another snack right here.
Of course you do. That was said without judgment. I was just, saying, of course. Racist people, especially family, begin to find you predictable and depend on you because they prey on your need to fix. True, but I will say this. I don't know if they knew. I don't think they said that they knew that I needed to fix it. I had set the precedent that I was always going to fix it, and they just expected me to. Mm-hmm. And they also expected me not to feel. Not like they were like, she doesn't have any feelings. They just weren't used to me having feelings about things.
Yeah.
So it was easy to just fall into this pattern in this role.
Cynthia, send me a message when you're ready. Keep talking. Keep going.
It just became our norm. And they didn't even know, like, we were
What's up, Danny Marie?
Falling into patterns.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't necessarily their fault. It was just like,
it's a good
we
snack.
created these patterns.
Listen, it's a good snack. I'm going to say that before we talk about the patterns and keep it going. It's yogurt with granola in it and fruit.
Yay. I would have been happy if it was a bag of chips. But Okay, here's my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there was an instance or like a pivotal moment for you that made you reevaluate the way that you handled conflict or handled like those kinds of things? Like, is there one thing that you can pinpoint?
Mm-hmm. I will get up and leave.
Wait, what? Say it again.
I would get up and leave. When I
but was there a particular instance?
I'm giving you the answers right now.
Okay.
Like, I would get up and leave because I might have not resolved it a certain way. It's not resolved overall. And I just get up and leave, and then I hurt somebody by doing that. Because, like, when I feel like shit is hitting the fan, so much pressure and anxiety builds up in me, I get confused and don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So how can I exert this? Like, why? It's almost like I panic and I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
And so I have to step away from it. And even if it's in a fashion of just leaving and almost like literally threatening that I'm not coming back, that's how bad it can get for me. Like, I'm not coming the fuck back. Like, it gets real. Glad I caught the podcast. Yes, you did. Welcome in.
So did it happen? It happened like in one particular instance, and then that would I guess the result of it wasn't good. And so then
started from my daughter's mother.
Okay.
We were young together. So when I met her, she was 18 and I was 20. And we were together up till I was 28, turning 29. So I spent all my 20s with one person. So I never really learned how to deal with only know how to deal with one person for all that time. Never slept with anybody else, never cheated, never. We might have had a couple emotional cheating because we were doing that shit back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
Like it was just the toxic bullshit. But
Yeah.
it was always starting to leave, and I almost like knew she was going to ask me to come back, so I would do it on purpose.
Yeah, I get it.
So it was very, very torturous to our relationship, and I feel like even still to this day we're good, but it lingered around for so long that I felt like I don't know if she ever. And I've told her, I said, look, it's a lot of unresolved issues between me and you. Even though I feel like we're way beyond that. We haven't been together in almost. My daughter's about to be 12. We've been together since my daughter was 2.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time. Like, and it's something that I could say, like, just that standing up and leaving and watch somebody like break down like that. Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit is pretty deep. So it's like, it's a defense mechanism for me.
Yeah.
It really is.
But I think that that's good though, because I think that's one of the, like, we have to be aware, like self-aware, to know what our things are. Like, just like I had to figure out, like, me bottling things up and then later on feeling resentful was not fair. Like, it just wasn't. The thumbs up came up.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. It's not fair. It just wasn't fair to the other person that I like was ending these relationships filled with resentment and just not saying anything. And I had to take accountability for the fact that, like, I was creating, you know, this dynamic in my relationship where I was setting the foundation. Not, are you chewing yogurt? There could be fruit in there, Marcus.
It's fruit in there, you fucking hater.
There could be fruit, Marcus. He could have put some granola in there. We don't know.
Don't laugh at his shit. This is fantasy. Don't laugh at his shit. What's up, Mark? How are you?
But I will say, for me, there was 2 pivotal points in my life that I think that I probably, the very first time was probably the most pivotal. I was in college, and I remember, like, I almost can remember it, like, when it was happening. He said he was chewing hard. I cannot.
Keep going. We trying to do a topic here.
It's okay.
It got listen, man. It got fucking granola in it too, brother.
See, he does have granola. You gotta chew up granola. My greedy, right? I can't. But the very first time I was in college, I can remember it almost like it was like yesterday. He said, "This ain't ASMR. I can't." I remember feeling.
Go ahead.
Why?
That's how they be.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, you want me to do it?
It does look tasty.
That's how they be.
You want me to do it here a little bit more? I got you.
There's nothing I hate worse than ASMR.
Listen, fantasy. I will get you your own if you need it. Like, you can chew this shit all you want. Pause.
Why almost came through my nose.
I'm sorry. Oh, please don't do that. I apologize. Why are y'all laughing, yo? That's not cool. We trying to have a serious conversation.
We're attempting.
It
doesn't always go that way.
Spill it. Oh. You said that is freaky to me. Y'all having too much fun.
Y'all are crazy.
And back to what you were saying.
Oh my God. Basic. All right. I was saying, so two moments. The first one was in college. Okay. I remember like we were having some stuff happen, and I remember acknowledging that I felt numb. And I think that was the first time that I said to myself, you're not dealing with any of the stuff that you're feeling. Like the fact that you feel numb about all this crazy shit that's happening in your life is not healthy. Like no one feels numb. What happened? Hold on. We'll just pause my story. Okay, we'll pause it. We can come back because obviously people have things to say about you.
They do, like, yo, oh my God. Should I just pause and just wait to eat till you done?
Mike says, Met said, Mike is so greedy. He ate my mom's tacos before then had the audacity to offer her own food. That's wild. Okay. he gonna have women wanting to be on the spoon in the relationship. Daddy said one more thing. The Pikachu shirt, not me watching Pokemon last night. Shout out to the Pikachu shirt.
They got Pikachu's weight and everything. Pokemon,
Does it?
gotta catch these balls.
What were you saying, Mr.? ASMR is the absolute worst. The literal absolute worst.
Kristen, you must be a freak, John, because you probably like people whispering in your ear just like that.
What you want me to do?
When it first started, I was like, this is the absolute worst. I can't.
Okay. I am not going to eat this until you've done your point.
Okay, I had to remember where I was at. The second time was probably later in life. Okay. Recognizing that I was allowing people to sort of like, how can I put this in a nice way? In my relationships, I was sometimes allowing people to sort of like snuff out the things that were important to me by making me feel like I was gaslighting in a sense. Like they were gaslighting me in a sense. So it was more so making me feel like none of my concerns were valid. You know what I mean? Or that it was because I was too emotional, or I was trying to, like, I was always looking for something or looking for a problem. And so it was just like certain things that happened in this particular relationship that just kind of made me feel like I can't even voice what I want to voice, like what I want to say. You know, what's funny? What happened? The fact that they're still crying over that.
It's this right here, like
I can't.
it with you.
But yeah, that was the second time.
Right.
Just being fed up with that, like feeling nothing's worse than being able to then telling a person that something hurts or something bothers me, and then them invalidating it. I was talking with
that shit sucks.
There is nothing worse than invalidating a person's emotions.
Bang.
In
Can
a
I say
relationship.
something real quick?
Yeah.
That was something that I had to learn, because sometimes when you think you're trying to when you're trying to fix something, you're invalidating in the process of doing that, because you're trying to defend. So when you're trying to defend yourself, you're taking away from what that person feels.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta, even if you do it by mistake, sometimes you do it by mistake because you think you're trying to fix something.
Yes.
If the person comes back and tell you that that first time, okay, let me sit back. What did I do?
Right.
I need to hear that all the way. I apologize. Let me not do this thing again. But we keep doing that thing where people defend themselves 24/7. I am a defender. I can get that way. But now, instead of me defending, let me explain the situation.
Yeah.
And tell you what I was doing, as opposed to, no, I didn't do this.
Yeah.
I didn't do that to you. And it's like, no, you probably did do that to me. But can you explain? Is it better if I explain something to you and tell you, hey, this was my intent right here. I apologize. I didn't mean to do this to you. As opposed to defending it and say, I didn't do that at all. And it's like, if it was instant replay, you would definitely see that you did it. Like,
yeah. Right. I think it's important to say that it is a very natural thing for people, for all of us, to see things from a light of defense, right? Because that's natural. Like, we are naturally going to want to defend ourselves. And it's natural for us to see things from our own perspective before we can even look at it from the other person's perspective, right? I think we just have to be very conscious of how we handle those kind of things. It's okay for that to be the first thing that we do. But like, at some point, we have to step outside of that and say, okay, so I get why I'm offended, but maybe I need to look at it from this other person's, because when you invalidate how a person feels, when you say that's not like, if you tell a person that how they feel is crazy, or when you tell a person that it's crazy for you to feel that way, or that doesn't make any sense, or you're just being over like too emotional, you're pretty much like invalidating and saying that what you feel doesn't mean anything to me. And then you set this toxic sort of like foundation for the way the two of you are going to communicate from that point on. And you may not even realize it, because then from that point on, the other person is constantly thinking, I can't even tell them how I feel, because they're just going to say it's my fault, or it's just going to start an argument, or they're going to tell me it's, my fault. And so I'm always going to second guess trying to explain to you how I feel, or I'm always going to second guess, am I really right in how I feel? Like, am I overreacting? And that's the worst thing that you can do if you're really trying to build like some form of like happy relationship, is to make somebody feel like what they feel. Now, one thing you can say, I don't understand how you feel. It's okay to not understand how a person feels. It's okay for you to say, that was not my intention to make you feel that way.
Yeah.
But you have to acknowledge that people have feelings, and we feel things differently, and we may take things differently. And without acknowledging that, you are taking so much away from like the other person. And I know it might not even be a person's intention unless you're a narcissist and you know exactly what you're doing. But to say that a person feeling hurt or saying their hurt is not valid is like, I don't know. I feel like it could be like the most crippling thing in a relationship, because it can completely change your dynamic. Because there's a level of like trust. There's a level of openness that leaves at that point. I can't be open with you. I can't trust you enough to tell you how I feel. I can't trust you enough to be receptive to how I feel about things. I can't trust you enough to hurt my feelings if I say that this is bothering me. And people also have to understand that like there's such a huge difference between addressing a situation and arguing. We can address the fact that I have a problem or you have a problem. We can address it and communicate and talk about it. And that does not equal argument.
Right.
You can say, this bothers me, this hurt me. And it does not have to turn into an argument. We can just communicate and talk about it and get clarity. But people automatically think that when you express some form of grievance, then that means that we are arguing and you're fussing and you have a problem. But if we can't communicate the things that hurt each other, like we're already at a handicap. Our relationship's already like, it's already suffering because we can't talk to each other. I can't tell you how I feel.
You're right.
Because our egos are in the way. You know what I mean?
As far as everything that you're saying, this is definitely like, it's probably one of the most common things that happen in relationships all the time. The not paying attention, not respecting. It's just the communication now is trash. And like the thing you said is actually what happens all the time with some of my relationships in the past. Like once you had that disconnect, y'all, it's just hard to come back from it. Y'all literally gotta fucking like work y'all ass off to get back to something. When I mean by work, I mean work like that Sierra song, work. You got to put work in to get the shit back. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm saying this, and I'm just still sharing it out to people, but there's always stuff that you wish you could do different with your relationships. There's always things that you wish you can change and go back and alter. But the fun part is, I was not going to burp, man.
The fact that they can't keep it together for 5 minutes. I can't.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. Right. That's right. If you can even get it back, I feel like more so you can't get it back than I feel like it's harder to get it back, and I don't even know if you can. I know that I've been in relationships before where it completely changed the dynamic of how we communicated with one another, and we never got it back. And we actually didn't get it back until we broke up. It was a shame because I remember saying to a friend of mine at the time when we were dating, when me and this other person had been dating, I remember saying to them, I can't talk to him anymore. And I used to be able to say whatever I wanted. Like, I used to feel so comfortable talking to him about whatever. And it took one instance and it changed everything. And I never wanted to talk about it anymore. I didn't even, right. You don't look at it's, and it's the saddest thing because you stop seeing that person the same way that you used to, because it's like it chips away a little bit at the trust and the openness and the relationship that you used to have with that person. And what's also sad about it is that a lot of times I don't even know if they realize it. You know, I don't even know if they like, because like I was saying, a lot of times we operate in our own ego and we're just so busy defending ourselves that our first reaction is to just like debunk whatever this person said that they did, like that is hurting them, because we don't want to think that we hurt somebody, right? We don't want to think that we did something to hurt another person. So our first thing is like, that's not, we just like try to like pretend like it didn't happen. And that's the hardest part. Like, the hardest part is once that happens, it's so hard to get back that trust, because it's always going to be in the back of the other person's mind that you knocked it down and you made me feel self-conscious when I tried to come to you with something important, when I was trusting you with my emotions. And it can scar the relationship from that point on. It's hard. It's hard. I think a major point of contention in the foundation of relationship is the difference in socialization between men and women. In what ways? Do you mean like in the way men deal with, like how men would handle conflict? Oh, here we go. Never mind. I should have known you were going to come right back. Example, men often invalidate women's emotional responses because they're socialized to think emotions are a point of weakness. Ooh. That's interesting. You're probably, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But do you think, Marcus, that like at any point, like, because of that though, when do you learn the difference? Like, when do men typically learn the difference? When is that moment when you learn that invalidating a woman's emotions is not going to be the thing to do? Or do you just continue like, and then like, how, like, is it just a cycle, a vicious cycle of like this happening over and over and over again? And then you never many never learn it. That is sad, but I get that. That does make sense. Like, I feel like sometimes I think, and it's interesting that you say that because I've had a man tell me before, just like that he just doesn't deal with emotions. Like and also that dealing with our hurt emotions is too much for them to handle. So they'd rather just act like they don't exist. We live in a patriarchal society. Overcoming that takes work. It does. It does. And it's hard. It's unfortunate though. It's sad because I feel like, in these particular instances, you guys are just like at a disadvantage. And a lot of people are intellectually lazy. True. Ray, are you saying like it's a choice for how you handle certain stuff? Like how men handle it? I think that it can definitely be a choice, but I think it's only a choice once they're aware that there is even a choice. If they don't know that this is a pattern and that it's unhealthy, then there's no way for them to make the choice outside of it. You know what I mean? If it just is if they just are who they are in their minds, and like there's been nothing wrong with it before, they might not even know until someone says that it's a problem that they have to make a choice of how they deal with it. Not to say that there isn't, because it definitely can be a choice. But I think for some men, if they don't even know that this is the wrong way to handle it, and this ain't gonna get you nowhere, they're never gonna even know to even make a choice. It does, and it's so sad. It is. It is, because I've had relationships be strained and somewhat fail because of that. You know what I mean? Right. Saying it's a choice implies they know better, which is more insidious if they know and choose otherwise. True. A choice to be better. We all can make a choice to be better, but if you don't know that there's better, then you can't make that choice. I feel like though a choice to listen, unlearn, and relearn. I do feel like there does come a point where that choice does become an option. But I also feel like some people are just oblivious to the fact that there should even be a choice. You know what I mean? Like they're oblivious to the fact that this is even a thing that they need to choose, or that they need to change, or they need to reevaluate like the way that they handle people. And you would be surprised how many people I've met in my life that are completely oblivious to it. Either A, they're oblivious to it, or two, they feel so self-righteous in themselves and who they are and how they handle things that they don't even think that they need to reevaluate themselves. That's the craziest part. Like I've met those people too, who have just been like, no, like what? I'm not the problem. Everyone else is the problem. Like that's even crazier. Saying it's a choice overlooks how deeply rooted sexist indoctrination is. And it's amazing because I think we don't really think about that. Like I don't think we think about it. Like how much of that is a problem and how early it starts. Like, and how easily it is ingrained. The problem is like trying to figure out how to fix it, I think. And like trying to figure out like how to build new patterns, how to build like how to break the societal norms, which is like something that has to be like an effort on everybody's part, but it doesn't happen that easily. You know, I think we all wish for better, but we can't always guarantee better. Like we all wish for things to be better. We all wish for people to like learn how to communicate and to learn how to not be, you know, sexist, and how to not feel like a woman's emotions are invalid. Like the way people think that women are just emotional, and so that's the problem. We're just emotional creatures. We're all emotional creatures. We just handle it very differently. People have been laying the groundwork for generations. Let's see. Ray said, every person on this earth can do better. If you think you have no work to do, you should be alone. Self-work is as important as mental and physical health. That is true. It's why I always recommend starting with the works of bell hooks. You're going to have to like explain the bell hooks thing to me, Marcus, because I don't know necessarily what that means.
Sorry. I had to handle some things. Just, you know, it wasn't that bad. I just had to handle stuff.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm back
Ray,
now.
you would be surprised how many people, and not to say that you're not right, because I do agree with that, but I have met so many people who live within the space of feeling like there's a superiority within them, that they don't really have to work on things, or just feeling like I'm not going to work on things because I'm okay with who I am and I like how I handle things, and that's just it. You would be like, it's amazing to me that there are so many people who just don't feel like that's even a thing for them. They just live in that space where they just like, I don't got to work on nothing.
So
I am who I am.
just trying to gauge on the conversation that you was having with everyone. I'm kind of looking at it now.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are like that, you know, for some weird ass reason, like they typically win most of the situations with the people that they with, because the manipulation game is strong, because they're able to, I don't know, it's like they have a hook on people when they do shit like that. And I've seen a lot of people, you know, suffer through shit like that. So,
I mean, a lot of those people are narcissists.
Yeah, a lot of those are bell hooks. You've been telling me to read this book, and I need to get on that.
See, Bell Hooks was an author and scholar who heavily focused on Black feminist theory and the deconstruction of patriarchal white
Supremacist.
white supremacist capitalistic
it's okay.
institutions. It's a tongue twister.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming from the guy.
I
Coming from
appreciate
them.
it. I feel like he linguistically challenges me
Linguistically.
every single time.
I
I have to work on my enunciation with every single passage of Marcus's that he writes.
I need you to just bear with me. I want to take a bite of this. That's fine.
Yes, do what you must. What is this? The yogurt still? Are we on a different food?
Fuck.
Oh, Jesus, guys. Okay, I'm gonna say we put too much pressure on you.
Oh, who, me?
Yes.
Then I got a hole in my. Then I got a hole in my lip now. Now it just drops.
That's why that happened, because we put a lot of pressure.
What? She said I had to.
Is that where he was?
No. And something had to. We had to go behind this wall right here to turn on a faucet or something like that, because something upstairs isn't running right and all this other shit.
Gosh.
Fun times. Anyway, so of course that's what y'all thought. Why are we here? Why are we here? It's what we're having a conversation, not worrying about silly.
Oh man, no one will
No
ever
pun
let you
intended.
live.
They
We
don't.
won't.
I don't live on this show. I just exist. I'm just your co-host. That's all I am.
Oh my gosh,
It's
so
she said a
funny.
hole in the lip. Yeah, it's a hole in the lip. I dropped the shit out there for
Listen, he
Anyway.
prepared us for it and still dropped it. I think it's because we put too much pressure on him with the yogurt. I think that's what it was. It's our phones. I'll take some responsibility for it.
I'm in a goofy ass mood, so just know I jokes back. But anyway, do you want to proceed forward in any other questions or anything like that? You got all the questions today. You know
I
what?
do have lots of
I'm
questions.
not gonna lie to you. I was not prepared. I came with nothing. Like I came with nothing. I was
It's
like
all right.
thinking of all the questions, and then it's like, because I'm preparing for my union shit, I've been sitting there writing the union stuff, like trying to be all extra professional and all this other stuff. And then I was like, oh, yeah, the show. I'm gonna let Lee ask the questions.
Oh my God.
That was
Luckily,
just where it was. I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Luckily,
usually
I'm prepared. I said, "Wow, Mike."
I do know how to whim stuff. I can just whim it. You know. I got this. I got this.
My next question for everyone: are there things that you are aware of now, like currently, that you could work on that could be better? I think it's so easy for us to be like, oh, we've worked on it, we've made it better. But like, are there things that you know right now?
That's why I didn't want to answer it that way. I did not want to answer it that way on purpose.
Yeah.
What I need to work on right now is being more self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be more self-aware and conscious of people. Basically, like in all facets. Like I need to be aware of my friends. I need to be more aware of my family, my co-workers,
Mm-hmm.
my managers, everybody. I need to be more aware of them, like, and what exactly is going on, like, and going on around me. I'm in such my happy boy era that I love being happy. This is just my thing. It's my thing. It's like a personal thing for me. I love the fact that I like to be happy, and I think there are people who challenge me in that space. And I found myself trying to almost getting upset the fact that people challenge my happiness, because they're like, you can't be happy every day. And I'm like, yes, the fuck you can.
Okay.
Because anger is a choice.
Okay, so hold that, because I don't want you to stop with that. But do you think, well, first of all, fuck whoever thinks that like you can't be happy all the time, fuck them. But also too, do you think that sometimes people take your happiness as aloofness? And are you sometimes guilty of that? I feel like sometimes when we are in our own state of bliss,
Mhm.
And I'm not speaking for you, I'm just speaking like in general.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you're in your own state of bliss, it makes it very hard to be aware of other people's stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we're just like, hey, I'm doing my own thing. Like, and so I forget about other people's stuff. You know what I mean? I forget, and I may not recognize that somebody else might have an issue. And or I just might not understand why they have an issue. Like everything's cool, but it's really everything's cool with you. It doesn't mean that everything's cool with them. Do you feel like you fall into that sometimes?
Yeah, and I'm gonna explain why. So my natural that I feel like just to me, it's something that I come up with myself. It's very challenging for me because I'm gonna just be dead honest with myself. I do understand that I have a sense of power just existing because
Mhm.
of my height, because of what I look like, because of all that stuff. People overrate me. I
Mhm.
get it all the time, and I'm like, yo, I trying so hard to feel like a person that's 5'5", but I'm 6'7".
Mhm.
Like, and I don't think people understand that when I say that. I'm gonna say it again. I try my best to feel like I'm 5'5", but I'm 6'7". So I
Mhm.
look like a fucking unicorn and an anomaly to some people, which is fine. But I get overrated all the time. It's almost like, hey, Mike, look at your privilege. Look at what you got. Look at. I hate that because I feel like it does me a disservice. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when I want to be happy, it does get looked that way. Some people look at me as I should be intimidating because of my height and my size. But
Mhm.
then when they hear me talk, it's like, oh, it's a whole different person. He's not that person. Over the past couple of years, I have significantly changed myself because I purposely put myself through this change. I
Yeah.
had to learn things about myself, do things different, become a different person because if I didn't, I don't know what I would be. I'd probably still be confused and always easily hurt and all that other stuff. But I didn't want to do that. So do I find myself being aloof? Maybe. I might be like a ditzy ass anime character who just lives aimlessly through life. But it's also because I really don't care. I'd rather lead by example.
Right.
Because if I can just continue to be happy, I don't really care what you feel like. I'm gonna be down honest with you. I don't care what you feel like because I don't ever want you to put me in a space where you're taking me away from it. What I would
Mm.
do is if you wanted to know things, if you asked a question, or if I chose to help you, I'm helping you with my heart on the sleeve, and I'm helping you with the love, and I'm helping you with the everything to put you close to my space. I don't want you to be like me. I just want you to be to feel the closeness of it. I just got that example today. My coworker was like, "Yo, you always happy. You always happy."
Mhm.
And it was like, "I guess it's a good thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't have time to be mad. What am I mad and
Yeah.
I'm sad about? If I'm mad and I'm sad, what am I doing? I'm just existing. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just existing. I choose to have something for me that helps me grow the way that I need to grow for me."
Yeah. Which is good. And nobody should take that away. I think just like, do you ever feel like you miss out? Maybe you miss because you're in that state of acceptance and bliss for yourself that maybe you miss other people. Like you might not see when it's something is an issue for somebody else. Like you don't even realize that it's an issue.
No.
I think, but here's the tricky part though. I
Mhm.
feel like even in you saying no, I think that that's like, I think that that makes. Let me see. Let me figure out how to put this. I think it's very normal for all of us to suffer from that, whether or not we're in your frame of mind or not. I think
Maddie,
sometimes we can be so self-absorbed with ourselves, whether it be we're self-absorbed in a negative way or with our bliss, that sometimes we miss the signals that someone's giving us that something is an issue.
so
And
the
like,
fact that
and we think we're being aware, but we can completely miss it. Do you know how many women have been like, he didn't even see that I was bothered by this and didn't even address it?
yeah,
Like,
but
and it's easy.
you got to think too. I'm not responsible for what goes on with you. I can't be responsible. But you said you want to be more aware.
Right. Marcus said
I,
it. You did say you
no,
want to be more aware.
I know what I said, but I'm just answering her question also. I'm being direct with your question. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I don't want to work on something. I'm just answering your question.
Yeah.
I don't care right now.
Yeah.
I don't care because I look at it like this. My happiness is doing what to you at this point? I'm not. No. If I'm not bothering you in a certain sense, if I'm not doing something to you in a certain sense, if I'm just choosing to be happy because this is me every day, maybe okay. If you're going through pain and stuff like that, somebody like me you gotta be a little direct with me. You gotta tell me, yo, this is bothering me, because if you don't, it will get mistaken as I'm being nonchalant or I'm being this, or I'm being whatever the case is, and I'm like, well, why do I have to answer for which is going on in your head or what's going on with you? If you tell me, I know how to move now. Because I'm such in a tunnel vision state of myself right now and my happiness, I can't put myself to start to veer off in other ways. You know why? Because I was a people pleaser. I did that shit before where I was worrying about everybody else's feelings.
Right.
But then when it came and spent full circle back around to me, what was for me? What was for Mike? Was nothing. Now I'm not saying that was an issue, but the same way I'm telling that to myself, it's the same way people could tell it to themselves.
Okay, hold on. So we've got a lot of comments. So let's see here. So Fantasy said maybe your happiness can rub off on me. Chris said them coworkers sound miserable. Just saying. Shannon was saying, should people be responsible to figure out what others are thinking, and that he feels like that's unfair. She agreed. And then Joe, welcome, Joe. We ignore
What's up, Joe?
For the pleasures of others. So you guys all have really good points.
I'm gonna answer one. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna make it real quick so you can. I don't want you to lose your thought. I feel like I think you're right that we have to be very careful that we are not diminishing our own happiness and our own feelings for other people. And I think that it's okay to be a little selfish sometimes and be like, hey, I'm just concerned with my stuff. But I do think that sometimes if we are not even the slightest bit aware of the people around us, it doesn't mean that we have to negate our own feelings. It just means, oh, my bad, Shannon. Did I say you were a guy? I apologize. I don't even know why.
There aren't male Shannons. The Tiffany part threw it away. It was like, yeah, that's 100% a woman, maybe. Maybe.
My bad. I don't know. My bad.
People like, thanks, dude. Thank you, Shannon, Tiffany. You rock, dude. Like, yeah. All right.
I think it's a balance. Like, I think we both have to like we have to be aware of, we have to take accountability too. Like, I can be selfish and be aware that my happiness matters, but I also don't want to be completely aloof to everyone around me and miss the fact that maybe I made a misstep, or maybe I said something that might have offended someone unknowingly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be completely aloof to it. I'm not saying put your emotions aside, because I think that it's very easy to fall into that pattern where we do that sometimes, and especially more people who have done it before, where we put other people, like me, like putting other people's feelings in front of your own. But I think that we have to get to a place where, or it's important to be at a place where, while we both prioritize our happiness and our emotions, we also have to be like in the moment and present and understanding that other people have feelings too, and we can't just like be completely oblivious to the fact that those feelings are there, because we can miss cues. That could be the breaking point in the difference between a relationship working and not. If you're so stuck like in your own headspace that you're completely oblivious to the fact that your partner might be hurting with something, and maybe they don't even know how to vocalize it. You know what I mean?
Now so I think let me I feel like I'm going backwards at this point now with that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because what I was alluding to was more or less, I will pay attention if I hurt somebody. I'm not going to be just like, oh, I hurt you, I'm just still going to be happy. Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm very conscious of things like that. Now, that's what I said I work on that every day. I want to answer Shannon's question. It's coming. We coming to you, Shannon, and I want to get back to Rachel's thing too. I am very cognizant of the things like that. Everything that you're alluding to and saying, I do that. I do
Mhm.
that. I make sure that I stay on top of that stuff. Like I will pause myself and make sure that I focus directly in on you. That's the person that I am now. When I
Uh-huh.
hyper focus on it, I'm hyper focusing on it. I'm taking responsibility, I'm taking accountability, and I want to be able to see, yo, what can I do to fix this in the future? Like, I don't want to ever run into this issue ever again. Like, or if I do, let me know that I'm running into this issue. Stop me, I'll stop myself. I'm like that. What I mean by my happiness with other people is your misery ain't gonna be my company. That's what I mean. You won't
Yeah.
take my happiness away from me. Like that's when
Right.
I say I don't give a damn how someone else is feeling. And you know you agree to it too. I don't care about like oh, I'm about to say you stuck. But I don't care about I don't care about the how someone else feels if they're trying to take away from my happiness.
Mm.
That's what I was alluding to. When I'm in a relationship and I'm dealing with I'm gonna this is just a new version of me. I'm talk. I wanna make sure that I'm doing something the right way. Like
Mhm.
I have to because it's like my mission is if I am in this and I know what I am as a person and I know that I have became more of a pleaser than anything now. I need to please you on all levels. I need to be able
Right.
to know that you're okay. I don't want
Yeah.
to overdo it. I just want to do it enough where you tell me you're okay and I leave it as that.
Right.
I do pay attention to that. Um, let's see. Let's get back to this right here. So current works, staying present, over caring for undeserving, saying no and setting boundaries without the guilt, releasing anchors, working through my fears, putting myself first without guilt. Facts. Um, how much time do you think we should spend trying to figure out what's going on with other people? Honest question. How much time do you think is the people that I feel like are deserving of that time? Just me personally, because you're not going to do it for everybody. I don't know why you feel like I don't know why I would feel like I have to over explain myself or put too much into someone that don't reciprocate or isn't good at the stuff or doesn't communicate well. I'm not doing none of it.
Mhm.
I'm just not. I'm not spending my time trying to do that. Actively trying to figure people out and have self-awareness are two different things. Well, yeah, no, I know that part. Um, I need to learn also that not everyone has the best intentions when they getting to know you, and that's including friendships. And I need to not wear my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, exactly. I wear my heart on my sleeves because I can walk in a straight line. I know everybody that's trying to do some shit. I pick that shit up quick. I'm gonna give you an example. So befriending me is one of the biggest things I pay attention to. Like when you're trying your hardest to just be cool with me. When you're trying, I need to pay attention to you a little bit more because I need to know why you're trying to be my friend so much. I need to know why you want to, why your presence need to be with me or why you're trying to convince me to be cool with you.
Mhm.
So what's I had a manager. He has a habit of having conversations with people, talking with people, and he tells about oh yeah, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Then he'll cut your overtime like that. I don't
That's
care
crazy.
about it, but he knows the people that likes it. So you're gonna befriend them, get them all happy and cool with you, then yeah, no overtime for the rest of the week. And it's like now these guys that used to doing it all the time, and because we're in your particular department, now overtime we know isn't guaranteed. That's not how I don't think like that. So I just if it's
Right.
bonus, it's a bonus. But the fact that he would cut it that quick
Yeah.
already shows me he's playing games with me. So I already know how to move with you.
Yeah.
I already know how to maneuver my way through your little shits. So I'm already here where you think I'm here. Like you're trying to catch up to me, but I keep going forward. Like I keep knowing what to do with you. But all that still maintaining my happiness. Because you know what they say about me at the job? They tell me Mike's a really, really nice guy. But I like it that way. Because I want you to because when you ever have to see the other side of me, that means now, yo, somebody made him mad.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I get it. Let's see. I feel like we've missed so many people's stuff. Let's let's see. I need to learn that not everyone has the best intentions. I think we just read that one, right? Now, my heart on my sleeve. Chris said communication is key. Very true. Joe, some people take that positive energy you bring to their level with. Why can't I say that level where negativity is all they know, and that is exhausting?
You worked hard today, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, I could tell.
It was a struggle.
Emergency won't be my company. Facts. Yeah. So
but Marcus did make a good point earlier where he said being aware is not the same as figuring a person out, and that is true. Like, I think sometimes we think that they're the same thing and they're not. You don't have to figure a person out or know exactly what they're thinking, but you do. But I feel like we do have to be aware of the fact that other people have, emotions, and not saying that's what you mean. That's true. That's true. That's what you were saying. I just feel like, I think sometimes I have met people who are so self-involved that they don't even realize that their actions affect other people. Or maybe it's the thing is that they don't care that their actions affect other people. And then it's just kind of like, well, then they have to figure it out because I'm doing me. You know what I mean? I'm going to do what I want to do. So like, you can't see that by you doing this, and that people have been affected by you, because you're just like, it doesn't matter. I do think that we do have to be able to communicate. And that was something that we kind of talked about a little earlier. It's important for us to be able to communicate with, whether it be with our partner or with our friends or with our family, when there is something that is bothering us or troubling us. Because I think that's it. That was one of the things that I needed to work on, was verbalizing those things and saying, I have an issue with this, and that. And if anything is the case, to kind of like prove to what, like they were saying, I also said that I have found myself in relationships feeling animosity and resentment towards my partner because they did not know that I had an issue, and I never verbalized it, and I needed to take accountability for that because I never said, I have a problem with this. And that was the thing that I knew that I needed to work on. I needed to change the dynamic of how my relationships work by saying, I need to be more consciously aware of making my issues known. It's not saying that I have to like drag it out or like always be finding every problem, but every time there was something that was important and that needed to be verbalized, making sure that I did verbalize those things so that I couldn't say that I never gave my partner the opportunity to try to fix it. Because I had run into that was my thing. Like, I was running into that problem where I was not giving them an opportunity to fix anything because they didn't know there was anything that needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
And so in the end, when I was feeling all this resentment towards them and saying I was ready to be done, I was also recognizing that it wasn't completely fair, because how do I expect for them to fix something that I've never told them needs to be fixed? Yeah. How do I expect for them to know and read my mind that something is bothering me if I don't say something is bothering me? So those are two totally different. So he's right. They are different things. We have to be able to vocalize and verbalize when there's a real issue that we need to address. But then on the other side of that, we also need to be aware that our actions sometimes affect other people, or maybe other people, have feelings and we might be completely oblivious to it, but just to be aware that there could be something there, you know what I mean? And not to be so self-absorbed that we don't even pay any attention to the fact that things could affect somebody or hurt somebody. It is hard, Fantasy, because it's a balance. She was saying sometimes to tell the other person because they would feel like it's an attack instead of them seeing as you expressing yourself about your feelings. I have run into that a lot. I have tried to voice that something was bothering me, and a person took it as a personal attack on who they were, as opposed to that particular issue being something that hurt me. They took it as, oh, now you're attacking me and the kind of friend I am, or the kind of, what kind of person I am, as opposed to them taking it as me telling them that this particular instance hurt me and why. They couldn't even hear why it hurt me because they were so busy being defensive. You check the deuces. You know what's so sad is that I didn't. That wasn't my response. Like, I don't know. I think, and this might be something that I need to work on, but I think because I valued that friendship so much that I think a part of me let them sort of snuff out the fact that something had hurt me. And then it just changed changed our dynamic. It changed my ability to being able to tell them how things made me feel. Mm-hmm. Because after I said, this hurts me, and they said, how could you ever think that of me? I'm not even that kind of person. What kind of person are you to even question the kind of friend that I am? What kind of person are you to even think that I would even do something like that? And I'm like, that's not I'm telling you that this particular instance hurt me because of this. And their response was, what kind of person are you to say that something hurt me? That to say that I would do something like that to you? Why would you even think of me like that? And it caught me so off guard that I don't even know if I knew how to appropriately respond. Like, I don't even know if I even knew how. I didn't know how to respond back to it.
Yeah. I
knew that I was hurt. I knew that I wanted to tell them that I was hurt. I wanted to tell them this was bothering me and that I needed them to understand this. And their response was, how dare you even think that I would do that to you? Mm-hmm. And then I was the bad guy for thinking that they would even do that.
Right.
Hi,
no, keep going. I'm just acknowledging people that's coming in.
But that was the thing. Like, it, and I didn't even know how to. It made me second guess how I felt. Like, I was like, I know that I'm hurting, but like, am I blowing? Like, out for a second, I was like, am I blowing things out of proportion? Like, am I being selfish? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really made me second guess what I was feeling. I knew I was hurt, but then I felt bad for hurting them. They want you to feel bad for feeling that. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. And I think I realized it too late, probably. Like, I realized it too late into the situation that that's what was happening. Like, I remember, like, I know that what I felt wasn't made up. It wasn't a fictional feeling. You know what I mean? I was actually hurt. So I'm telling my friend that I'm hurt. And their response is, how dare you think that I would hurt you like that? And how dare you tell me that I've done this? Like, what a mind fuck that is. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm hurting, and then you tell me, how dare I be hurting? Crazy.
Mm-hmm. We do have a guest, but I'm gonna give it a second. I see you down there, Rain. Go ahead and get your camera right. Put your tatas away. I can see.
Wow, Mike. Wow, that's crazy.
You want me to bring her in so you can see him? Like,
yeah, no, not so I can see her to bring her in.
I'm playing, Cynthia. I'm just playing. Anyway, so I'm sorry that happened to you. I'll say that. I know I don't have to apologize, but
right. No, you don't.
Like, you're like my soul mate from another place, so it's like, gotta take care of people. Hey, yo, shut your ass up. Yeah, I'm wilding.
Sorry.
Kara, what's up?
It's sad that it took me a long time to recognize that that's what it was. It took me a really long time because I think they really had me convinced that I had done something wrong. And like, how could I accuse my friend?
I don't be wilding, yo. I just be having fun.
He be eating yoga for an hour and a half. It gotta be a half. Whoo, Lord.
Hold on. So I'm gonna let y'all look. It's a big ass yogurt. Yeah.
That is a big ass yogurt though, for real. That's not
I'm
like
out.
a yo play. My bad. I apologize.
I mean,
Nope. Put them down.
all right. Then. Hey, look, she knew what type of time it was on. She was letting you know. Don't play too many games. You're gonna get this scissor.
Oh my gosh.
And then she trying to say that's what her trying
Right.
to
The
say.
probiotics.
I'm not going to have to. I'm not putting no more of these things on here.
The
No,
probiotics.
I'm not doing it no more.
At least you're getting your protein in, big man. You can't.
I mean,
Not the colon blow. Oh my
Golden
god.
blow. Okay. That shit got tears coming out my eyes. Hold on. All right. Can I bring my guest up here now?
Absolutely, please.
We're gonna
Please
bring her
bring
up here. All right. What's up, man?
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, I am excellent. How you guys doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm loving the conversation. Well, I look cute on screen.
Turn
Okay.
your camera to the side. You're gonna see even more of you when you turn it to the side.
Wait, I'm upside down. Wait, I'm still upside. Wait a minute.
Wait, it'll adjust.
How do you? Wait. Do you have don't you have
turn
your
it
thing on?
turn it landscape and it should adjust.
Shouldn't it just like turns you to the side? No.
Okay, hold on. Let me see something. Okay, so settings, camera, front camera. Yeah, it's this front camera. Don't mirror my camera.
We good. We're gonna keep it the way it is. I don't want to complicate the situation.
I don't. Okay, so you didn't give me instructions before I got on here. That's the issue I have in relationships right now. Let me know what I'm supposed to do before I come in. That way I don't get crazy.
There we go.
Oh, you're on a webcam?
No, I'm on my phone.
Yeah, she's on the phone. So unlock your phone.
Mm-hmm. And put it on there.
Unlock on your phone.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Okay, so I unlocked my phone.
Oh, there you go.
Look at Fantasy knowing what to do.
Come on, Fantasy, help us sister out. Thank you.
Look at her knowing what to do. Look at God.
So
you see, we have our own back. Come on, Fantasy.
Before we go into detail, you ready to go in? I know you're ready to go in. So what I'm gonna do is, because this is my show and we have 16, I think it should go back up to 18. I have her book, right? It's called Dark Chocolate Chronicles, right? It's some nasty shit going down in this book right here. So we're gonna go ahead and turn to the page of Dealmaker, right? She couldn't get her vocals right, and her producer noticed and was slightly irritated. This song was supposed to be sexy and seductive, but her frustrations of her personal life were coming through loud and clear. She was in a relationship with a guy who liked. No, I'm gonna stop. All right, look.
No, you're doing a great job, but it's a great.
Obviously, this is a really good book. I made sure I purchased it and put it up there. You know, a little get all that. She ain't got the yams in that joint, but you know.
You type it so we can put a plug up at the end. Make sure you type it.
I
into
got you, but Dark Chocolate Chronicles.
Yes,
My goal is to have Miss Rain right here start her podcast up so she can go ahead and get this thing rolling.
Nice.
Get this thing rolling.
Because we have a lot to discuss. Dealmaker is actually a great topic tonight with regards to relationships, because in that story, now I know I cannot confirm nor deny that the stories are true or false, but they exist because I wrote them. They exist because I wrote them. And so with Dealmaker, the story is about a young lady who's an artist, very much an aspiring artist, and she has this producer. There is a chemistry there, which eventually they expound upon. But can you get it on Audible? Not yet. Actually, I wanted to do it on Audible myself, but they told me that my voice was too sultry. So I'm just going to record the book myself and make it where you can download it from a website. But if you go to Amazon, it is on Amazon. Get it from Amazon, you guys.
Nice.
But she has a boyfriend who is less than supportive of her relationship. And for me, that is true. I've been in relationships with the men when I come from. I'm a spoken word artist. I'm a public figure. You know, I travel, and I've dealt with people, and that can disrupt your creativity. And that's why I say a lot of times in relationships, we compromise more for them than we actually take inventory of. You got to think about your art, your craft, your weight, your diet, the way you dress. If the energy is not right, you lose your entire self. And guess what? It's not the other person's fault because you gave permission. You said something was okay when it really wasn't. You said that you were cool with something when it really wasn't. And so with Dealmaker, um, they had some chemical assistance, is what we'll say, to get things going, and it got things going, and ended up making a great hit record. And so I should ended up dumping the boyfriend because the producer was bigger. But that's beside the point. Plus, they can keep making great music together.
Right.
So yeah, but it's definitely, and I can relate to your story too, basic about just not realizing what you've been giving, what you've been doing, how you've been helping and give. And narcissists are not just in intimate relationships. I've had a lot of female friends who are narcissists who would abuse my gift because I do spiritual readings. Who would be like, "So tell me what you see, or tell me what you think." It's the price. I'm sorry, it's a price for that. But you're taking advantage of my gift and not honoring me in relationships. And I think for women, we need to make sure if our friends don't honor us, our mate ain't going to.
So true.
If you got friends, that's what I said. Like my thotty friends, I claim them, but they're my whole ass friends. And when you act a fool, I'm going out with my whole ass friends.
Oh shit! Tatiana.
And they
She's not completely gone. Maybe she'll be back in a second. There we go.
Okay, so this is like, let me put this on Do Not Disturb because people.
Yeah, you're gonna get that phone call. They're gonna call you.
People never want to talk.
They're gonna call you. I'm that hoe. I'm that hoe. Exactly. We out.
What is happening to my damn phone?
Huh? What happened?
Do Not Disturb.
You'll be back.
Bro, what the hell?
Listen, because I already.
Okay, I don't know what just happened to my phone.
This
is nuts. Why is my phone doing this weird shit?
Refresh it and come back in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say refresh and come back in.
My phone just got possessed just that fast.
Okay. Gotcha. It's okay.
And I don't think that was Jesus.
No, welcome to StreamYard. Welcome to StreamYard. But because
I was getting ready to put on Do Not Disturb. I can't hear you. Like,
you can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Tell her to refresh.
Do I need to go out and come back in?
Yeah, go out and come back in. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I can hear you. Or you.
That's not me.
That's not Mike.
That's not Mike.
So maybe Mike's the problem.
Mike. So ready with that.
Wait, because the preparation is key.
Why were you so ready?
Yo, how did you know? Because you know me too well. You knew something was going to come out of my mouth, and Will Smith was going to be inappropriate as you eat your yogurt. Okay. Dietary concerns. Men, on another note, yogurt is good for you. It's not just you taking the creamy thing. You should definitely invest in more creamy products in your diet.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up another picture.
Mike said that. With him muted, this is so dope to me because I can hear him saying this.
Right.
I'm gonna go out and come back in, Mike, so I can hear you because I know you probably have questions, and I'll be right, Bob.
Wasn't he? Y'all, he was so quick with it. He had it like ready. He was on standby.
Y'all some jokesters, I see. Everybody got jokes in the comments. I done got called. I'm about to blow my ass cheeks off my body. Then it was, big man eating up all the yogurt and the fruits and stuff.
Let's take a pause while she's restarting. We have 17 people in here. First of all, thank you guys. Thank you to all 17 people for popping in and listening to us. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this out. And continue to come back with us. Hey, Matt.
Oh, Maddie made it. Hey, yo, Maddie. Yeah. Yes, it's good. Yes, Ray. It is good, Rachel. Oh my gosh. I am definitely listen, it's not that bad. I promise. I'm like slow eating.
We
it.
believe you. We believe that it's wonderful. We believe that it tastes delicious to you. We believe you. Y'all, Mike had did this TikTok and he was eating something, I guess at work, and he had this fork and it looked like an hors d'oeuvre fork in his hand. It was so tiny in his hand that it looks like an hors d'oeuvre. I wish I could find something small, but I was like, that's the smallest fork I've ever seen before in my life. Like, he was like, he was pinning it with two
It
fingers.
looked like a baby. It looked like a baby fork. I remember
Right.
that.
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
what baby fork is that? Like, what are we
They don't-
talking about?
they don't have adult fork. Where
Right.
you're at?
You didn't have grown-up man-sized forks?
I mean, like, you're not small. You gotta stop existing like you are. Like,
What else want to get like a King vitamin spoon or something like that? Like
I don't know, but just like a regular man-sized fork.
I mean,
You use
that-
that Barbie fork.
Thank you, Maddie.
no,
Thank you so
it
much.
did. It came with the playhouse. It came with the playhouse, the Ken
Right,
doll,
he
and the
used
car.
that
Yeah, I remember
Barbie-sized
that.
fork in the Barbie
Yes.
playhouse, and like he was just eating his fruit or whatever that was with it. And I was like, why is it so tiny?
Can we take note that he's been eating yogurt for almost 2 hours?
2 hours.
I've been snacking on the yogurt. Snacking.
For 2 hours.
Yes.
It's probably because you're using that playhouse spoon to eat it.
Yeah, but you know what? It made you know the skill set he's working on as well.
Barbie?
So if it was Barbie size, you know how Barbie had her little fork. Like, think about it.
Yes.
Play school forks.
Like the
The
one
ones
with
that-
the babies and shit when they learning how to
Yeah.
eat for the first time.
Yes.
So this fork is too small in my hand.
Okay, that
I
was
mean,
a little better. But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's an
like,
adult fork.
that
But-
other one
but
was
you-
very small. I
It
don't
looked
care.
like it was that big.
It
It looked
did.
like a shrimp fork. That's what it looked like to
It
me.
did. It looked like one like,
I'm trying to
or,
clean
like
up.
when you're doing hors d'oeuvres and trying to pick up like the little bitty hors d'oeuvres and they give you that tiny little fork. That's what it looked like you were eating with.
Yeah. Like you was doing the little shrimp or the little on the
It
charcuterie
could have been
board.
the
Yeah, like
angle.
picking up the little tiny pickles and stuff with like that little
Yes,
fork.
yes.
It could have been an
That was
angle
a-
also. Like my angle, I was like,
No, it wasn't. You just had a baby fork in your hand.
You never blame the angle on the size fork you chose. Okay. We'll let you have that. And you're drinking water. Don't get your hydration in.
you know what I mean?
Teach these men that the flavor needs to be savored with the water and the yogurt. That's what you do.
Go ahead and
All
get
I
it
gotta
in
say
now.
is shout out to Fiji and shout out to my health right now because I've been doing really good. I ain't been eating no bullshit. Besides yesterday, I did have some quesadillas because they smelt good and they look good. So I'm gonna eat this shit.
Go
I
ahead.
ate it.
Eat good now because we
Besides that, I've been eating like a fucking rabbit. Like I really have. I've been eating carrots and fucking broccoli
Mike, what I will
and
tell
shit
you
like
is
that because I need my libido game to step up. So the next time that I go, you know, when I go in and I gotta go, I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing it for the yams purposes because when I eat the yams, right, I gotta be able to go right there at that tip.
Jesus.
I need to be able to go right up there, right at that long tip right there, and take care of that right there because I need
Jesus.
somebody to look like that. You know, shout out to all the men that
All
need to
right.
know how to eat these
That-
yams.
Whoa, that is
Mike,
inappropriate.
And y'all need
That
to
looks like-
know that it's only certain people that know they got
No.
stretched like this by me before too. So it's like anyway, all right.
Mike, first of
Okay,
all, that salad is not going to help you eat anything, okay, like that. Not you on them
This one.
salads is not going to help.
But why did that Pokemon look like a demon vagina giving birth to a baby?
And
Like
he keeps throwing that one up. But also, I want to tell you this, Mike. Eat all the healthy stuff you can now because this weekend you better not bring a lettuce or a yogurt up in the house. Be like,
Oh. How come
You
I
heard
can't
what
eat
you
that?
said.
I do not want to see a head of lettuce.
Listen,
Another-
I'm
nothing
trying
about
to
it.
fit into my Luigi outfit. Shit.
Oh, for Halloween?
Exactly,
Right.
Chaz. You know what the hell going
I don't
on.
want to hear I don't want to hear nothing about eating no vegetables
Yes.
this weekend.
Yes.
We eat whatever.
What are you gonna be for Halloween? Basic.
I am a skeleton. I'm a sexy skeleton this Halloween.
And just clearly, Luigi. I'm gonna be the Joker, the girl Joker.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. My son wanted me to be the scary nanny, the scary nun from the movie, and we're in a Caucasian neighborhood. No,
Right.
Oh.
Mm.
no. They may either no. No, no. I was like, no, we're not. He was like, Mom, it'd be so. I don't care if it's befitting my personality. And then I had to figure out what he meant by that.
Provolone. Hi,
Nick,
provolone.
what's up, baby? That's one of
I
my
like
childhood
that.
friends right there.
Provolone's one of
That's
my
my
Provolone,
favorite cheeses.
24/7.
I know. I love provolone
I
cheese with
love
a nice,
provolone.
on a good,
Provolone don't even
good
taste
chicken
like
sandwich.
nothing.
Yes,
Provolone is
first off, don't do that. Don't do
Provolone
that.
tastes like
Delicious.
mushrooms. They both got
Provolone
the
does
same
not.
consistency.
That is wild. Provolone
What
is
are you
amazing.
eating? This is from somebody who eats
American
yogurt.
cheese.
Okay,
Gross.
that's why you gotta do like water and yogurt because you're constipated from eating that American cheese all the time.
I don't even eat
That
cheese
is
no more. I
that's
don't be eating
pus.
nothing, man.
That's mucus. That's why it's yellow.
Right.
No, you take you some
I don't eat no
provolone. Get
yellow
you a little.
cheese. I eat white American cheese.
Provolone's delicious. You're crazy.
No, it
That
is.
ain't
Oh my
sounding
god.
too
We're
good.
talking about
Provolone's a
what
weak cheese. Let's not do that. Don't do that.
But you know what, Nick? I got it. You know, they got to understand. They're not from Philadelphia. So, you know, when they come and get a
Did you
cheesesteak,
call
be
it
like,
weak?
let me get some provolone cheese. I'm going to look at them like, man, take
First
that
off,
nasty
if you
shit.
put provolone,
Get your
Gouda,
ass
and
up out of
mozzarella
here.
on a Philly cheesesteak, you will be in heaven.
Listen.
You got to know how to do your cheeses.
So you tell the person from Philly how to do a Philly cheese. I got y'all. You know what? I got y'all. I'm going to go ahead and
Okay.
let y'all have this one.
Thank you.
Nick literally makes the food that I eat. So I know that it's good. When my man Nick throw that cheese up on it, he put the cheese on the bottom, let that bitch melt into the chicken. And when the chicken melts into it, I say, yo, can you?
But Nick like provolone though, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till he answers. I don't know. Got nothing to do with that.
Not 3 cheeses.
He said he liked mozzarella cheese.
I love mozzarella cheese.
Right, Chaz. Hey, listen, y'all gotta understand.
Yes,
I
3
love
cheeses
y'all.
on a
I love y'all.
cheesesteak.
But that shit sounds disgusting. That sounds nasty. You're not
That's
putting all that cheese on there.
crazy.
And you talking about my constipation. First of
First
all,
off,
I got a
white
whole
cheese is
video
not
dedicated
constipation.
to you. You seen it too earlier. You right there. You seen it earlier. Oh, go ahead.
Be right back, y'all. BRB.
All right.
Okay.
She seen it earlier. You seen it earlier. That I believe all women be blowing bathrooms up because of the shit that y'all eat. Yes, I am saying it. All y'all women in here right now be fucking those
I'm on the live
bathrooms.
before. Oh, my bad. It's okay. I'm just trying to get some.
He had to ask that question no matter what.
Yeah, he did. He did. You got it. That's my Scorpio baby. He's going to ask. Make sure she. What kind of sandwich you getting? Okay, that's fine. You might want to cook the chicken a little bit in the put the sandwich in the air fryer. Okay.
Yeah, MJ, you remember we're revisiting this, MJ. We are revisiting this. I'm glad you're still here, MJ. We're revisiting.
It's in the plastic
MJ, let me know if
bag
you want to come up here.
Look under the bridge.
Listen, I'm just telling y'all. Scorpio Squad. Yeah, look, it's Scorpio
What's
season.
up? Shout out to Scorpios and Scorpio risings as well. Much prayers to all of us for this season. Is going to be one that's going to change our lives.
Yo, she is trying her best to get me out of here, yo. You can't tell people how to feel. Oh, I know. I'm just picking. We know. We just messing around.
Yeah, it's just a joke. Hello,
what's up?
Hello,
Oh, she was there for it
Maddie.
too. The one. She another one that be trashing bathrooms too. Don't think I don't know that shit. Virgo.
And you know what? Beautiful women have to let it go because we carry so much all day.
See, at least that's a good reason. The other stuff they refused to answer. It was like,
what's up? Ask me. What is it?
All the baddest women in this world. I don't care if you was my ex. I don't care if you was my baby mama. I don't care if you my mama. I don't care who you are. Y'all be fucking bathrooms. Ugh.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, good food goes through the body quicker and gets rid of the impurities that have been there for all the years of the careful taking relationship.
I feel like more people
I'm talking about that shit like a bomb went off in that bitch. Like you go in there.
Well, that's why you buy Febreze and incense.
Febreze can't even do nothing for it.
Okay, no, the ladies.
Now you're going too far.
I have to agree, but have it.
You're going too far.
All right, so what we talking about, Danny? I'm confused. What we talking about here?
Yeah, that seems.
Unless her comments is coming in late, I'm like, wait, what happened?
First of all, Danny, thank you because we have severely gotten off.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
I'm right. We have severely gotten off track. I want to give shouts out to Danny Marie for bringing us back to where we were. We were talking about handling conflict in relationships. I believe Danny is referring to the tail end of our conversation where we were talking about being aware of other people's feelings while at the same time not negating our own, and still like living in a space where we can both acknowledge that our feelings are valid but also be aware of other people's feelings. And we'd also branched off to talk about like some narcissistic behavior that I had experienced in previous relationships where I've been able to voice issues that I had, but it had been turned around on me as if I was wrong for even accusing my friend of hurting my feelings. Like, how dare I? You know, how dare I accuse someone of hurting my feelings?
I think, you know, I think
go ahead.
She is. I think that's because we live in a society that teaches us to be accountable for other people. So people are accustomed to that. People say, well, you know, like that crappy statement, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Words can break your heart.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, on one end, you're not responsible for a house. You're not responsible for placating somebody else's way they treat you. You have a right to, you know, if me feeling better about how you treated me means you get cussed out once every 72 days, and you want to stick in this connection with me, just know you're going to get cussed out once every 72 days. And it was just a random number. I'm being, but you know what I'm saying?
No. Because I know you too well. You're not playing the numbers for a reason. Your ass is at a number for why you at that number. Why 72?
Well, 7 is God's number, and 2 has
exactly.
to do with
Go ahead. All right.
And 9 is completing the cycle. So by the 9th time, I should be done.
That's 2.
Got it.
But also, we also have to stop expecting people to respect our emotions when we don't respect them ourselves. So it's like having an argument about feelings is really that person mirroring to you how much you don't care about your own feelings.
Yeah.
Because I've never had to in healthy relationships, because you're gonna have disagreements. You're gonna have it. People have other opinions. People have other experiences. But I've never been in a situation with it, because I just got started in some healthy relationships, and I'm liking them. You know, they started off rocky, of course, because when you get in a healthy relationship, all your shit comes to the surface. Because your shit is like, oh, we can heal now. Oh my God. And you're like, no, go back to the Lake of Minnesota. We don't want to see that because we're afraid. But you're going to have disagreements. But my feelings have been honored. And at the same time, they've been honoring their feelings. So then it becomes a dialogue and not a debate. You know what I'm saying? It then becomes okay, well, this is why I felt about what you did. Well, this is what I intended for what I did to make you feel like. And then we end up finding out that the root cause of the discord has nothing to do with either one of us, but through history. And so, but because this is a safe space, we're able to deal with it. But if you got to argue with the man, if you got to tell somebody, man, woman, dog, kitten, whatever, you don't care about my feelings, they don't.
Yeah.
So then you sitting there yelling, screaming, kicking, and hollering is not going to change that.
Right.
And I don't have any solution for someone who chooses to be in a dynamic that is unhealthy for them.
Yeah. You know what's interesting that you say that is like, I feel like it's also interesting when you reach a point in a certain relationships where people will turn that around on you. Like, say, for instance, you say you can realize that a person doesn't care about your feelings, and then you being able to stand up for yourself and say, my feelings matter. They turn that around on you as you are now negating their feelings. You've neglected them. When you say, I choose me and my happiness, then they turn that around on you, and then you're the bad guy. That is wild to me.
Remember,
but that lets you know that they've been. Oh, I'm sorry. That lets you know they've been feeding off of you giving them permission to manipulate you the whole time.
Absolutely, and it was hard for me to realize that. It was like, it was a really weird. Recognizing that was happening was so difficult for me. I remember mourning a relationship with a person because I didn't want to lose it. Like, I valued their friendship, and then it was like, wait a minute. Like, I just said, this is important to me, and I want to choose me. And they took that and said, "You're not a good friend to me." And then it took a moment for me to be like, wow, like I didn't even realize what like the dynamic that we had set up, the dynamic that existed between us, that made this possible, this interaction between the two of us, where me saying that I want to choose myself in this moment means that I'm automatically a bad person because
Well,
I
not a
chose
bad
myself.
person, but bad for them because you
Right, a
don't see
bad
their
friend to them.
value.
Right.
Ain't that crazy? But you're still a wonderful friend. But that means the whole time you've been a good friend to them and a bad friend to you.
Yeah.
And then it's like you let me hurt me. You knew that I was hurting myself, and then it's like, damn, you never cared about me at all.
Right.
This was all about what you wanted, and
Exactly.
we learned that stuff from the womb to high
Yeah.
school. It's an underlying theme, and the way to reconcile that is to accept the person where they are and stop putting them in the place that you want them to be.
Right. Yeah.
Because then I can love you as is. Like my
Yeah.
father, I stopped calling him the man that came to my mama about a month ago because I'm growing up, you know what I'm saying, acknowledging his human existence.
Right.
But I realized I was mad at him for not fulfilling my definition of a label, but he never agreed to that.
Yeah.
So then I'm being narcissistic by saying because you're my father, you should do this. No, before they were our parents, they were still people,
Yeah.
and they're still people. And if they choose to adapt their energies, that's on them. But in all
Yeah.
honesty, don't nobody owe you shit, like
Right.
for real, unless they obligate themselves to you in a reciprocal way.
Right. I've had to learn that in a couple of different relationships. Like I've often told myself, like, my expectation of people and how I want them to treat me was based off how I treat them. And then I had to realize that was really unfair because I was holding people to unrealistic expectations and then expecting for them to give me the same thing that I was giving them. And that was not fair to either one of us because one, they never said that they were that person. And I should never have expected that of them. Like, I'm doing what I'm doing because that's who I am as a person.
Who I am. Yeah.
I'm treating you the way that I'm treating you because that's how I am as a person. And it's so unfair to both me and to you to hold you to this standard that doesn't exist and that you never said you were going to live up to. So like it took a while. Like, it took a lot of growth for me to get to that place. And then it took a lot of growth in like other relationships just to realize that I had set this unhealthy dynamic where there was manipulation that had happened within the relationship that I didn't even realize was happening until it was too late. Until I said, I never thought that, me choosing a thing that was like beneficial for myself would bring a wedge in relationships. But I also had to accept the fact that I played a part in that dynamic that existed within us. And also like some of these relationships are still relationships that to some degree still exist. It just was me learning that was a thing that I was doing, like learning that I completely set the precedence for this. Like I completely participated. I was not fully a victim here. It wasn't like I was just like, oh, they did it to me. I had totally contributed to this by playing this role in the dynamic of our relationship. And then when we got to this space where there was conflict, and it took me aback. I was like, oh my gosh, like this isn't healthy. And I didn't even realize it wasn't healthy. I didn't even realize this was an unhealthy relationship. Even like with the other relationships where I was saying where I was holding people to unrealistic expectations that they never agreed to. I was just expecting them to be me. And that was so unfair. Like I was expecting them to do the things that I would do, and that's not fair. It wasn't fair to me because I was always getting my feelings hurt, and it wasn't fair to them because they didn't even know that they were supposed to be living up to this expectation. Like they had no idea. Right.
Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever entered a relationship where you sat down at the beginning and said, okay, what are your expectations of me? What places of fulfillment are you expecting me? Like, I love 50 Shades of Grey. I love the movie, not the books or Le Drop, but I like the movie. But my favorite concept in the movie, and when I saw this, I was like, oh God, whoever the person I marry, we got to be able to do that when they sat across from each other and they
Mhm.
had a contract. Because relationships, we get into it, we're like, oh, we boyfriend and girlfriend. What does that mean? What is the point of your
Right.
existence? Because you can go out on dates, have sex, have kids, be connected, buy a house, have bank accounts without a label. So then what does your two energies coming together? What is the purpose in that?
Right.
And I realized that I had become bored of relationships because they had nothing out, they had no purpose outside of me being placed in a servitual position as the woman. You know, I don't like to cook and clean. I like a chef and a maid, okay? Because I like to do things like take trips, do community service, go
Mhm.
out into the world, explore the world. But relationships are very oppressive to me.
Mhm.
Where it's like you get to do all this stuff and I'm at home with the kids. I love my kids, but damn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what are we doing? And I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times people don't sit down and say, when they get into a relationship, okay, why are we doing this?
Right.
What are we adding to the world? What is our bigger purpose than just us being together, than just us? And why don't we have relationship checkups? We're going to be having meetings every quarter. Just like you could check your business every quarter, just like you check your bank account
Yo,
every quarter,
Fresh. What's going on,
Right.
you
brother?
should be checking
Thanks
your
for stopping through, my
relationship
guy.
every quarter.
Yeah.
To me,
It wasn't probably until like the later part of like my life that I realized that that was even important to be able
mm,
to say. And it's so funny because I just had this conversation with two friends recently about a relationship that I'm currently kind of in, and just the fact that I had never met a person who was purposefully intentional and
mhm,
said, this is what I want. And I'm asking you, if this is not what you want, then we shouldn't do this. Like, I'm letting you know this is what I want from you. This is what I
yeah,
want of this relationship. And how huge that was to me. Like,
yeah,
it made the world of difference in how I valued that relationship. Because one, just in valuing a person who was very intentional with me and told me what their intentions were and the value in that alone, and then
yeah,
two, us being able to discuss to realize what our intentions were for one another, and for me to realize that it was something that I wanted.
yeah,
But it I didn't even realize that like being intentional was so important in a relationship
yeah,
until like recently, like having a person say, because we always live in this weird gray area, even in
hmm,
dating, we
hmm,
we are constantly stuck in this gray area of trying to figure out what the other person wants. What does this mean? Are you feeling me today? What are we to one
yeah,
another? And
yeah,
it's a constant tug of war and struggle of trying to figure two people out. So like, to have someone be very clear and concise of what their intentions are for me
yeah,
and for
yeah,
us to be able to have that kind of conversation was mind blowing, because I didn't even know it mattered. I didn't even know why that it was important, or how important it was. And it made so much of a difference in how that relationship grew, because there was so much clarity that existed. And I do think that that clarity has to be something that is always checked in on, like to make sure that we are
yeah.
both always still
Still
on
in
the
the same
same
place.
path. But I didn't
Yep.
even realize the value in a person being very intentional and clear, and both of you both saying that this is what we want. Um, and that can exist in so many different ways, because I felt like that set the tone for our relationship from that point on. Even when it came to arguments, for us to both, he had said to me, you know, he made it clear how he wanted to handle arguments, how he thought we should
Mm-hmm.
handle discussions, and how he thought we should handle conflict. That was important. And then it came
Yeah.
down to us being in the midst of it, and me saying, if we're going to do this, I have to be able to express to you how I feel, and you
Yeah.
have to be able to receive it. Even if it makes you feel away, I just
Feel
need you to
uncomfortable. Yeah.
receive it.
Yeah.
We don't have to agree, but I
Yeah.
need you to receive what I'm saying, and I have to be able to feel like I can talk to you and tell you
Yeah.
how I
What's going on,
feel.
bro?
Yeah.
That's how we structure like our conversations. Is
Yeah.
We both have to be able to say, this is important to me, this is important to you, this is important to me. And I had never had that kind of communication where a person was very clear with me of what they needed. So then it made it so much easier for me to be clear with what I needed.
Oh, And
That's
then
a beautiful.
also to see if I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say that. No, no, I got you. I was gonna say that's a beautiful thing that you got. Uh, yeah, he's been on before, but we'll get him back when he decides he can come out the back cave. But
Right.
um, it's a beautiful thing that you experienced that with somebody because I
Mhm.
think that a lot of people should have that at this stage in your life. Like
Yeah.
you should have more grown based conversations to the point where y'all set your expectations for your relationship. Um, if you come in there and obviously tell the person what you're looking for, what you want, what your expectations. I even go as far as if we are that deep with each other, I need to tell you what my anxieties are. I need to tell you what my fears are. I need to tell you all these things
Yeah.
because I need you to know, like, it's almost like giving you the recipe to not hurt me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be hurt in this way. So yeah, no
Or
problem, bro. Problem.
or at
But
least just building an understanding. Like
yeah, help
it's so
me. Yeah,
important.
just
Yeah.
understand that these little things are what can easily trigger and what can easily
Hmm.
do this. So I said I can respect that a person will come up to you and tell you these things, or when they know they're intentional about being with you. This is what they set the expectations for.
Yeah.
And
I
see,
I
I'm
want to do this, and this, and I would love for us to have this, and this. Are we
yeah.
able to do this?
Mhm.
Right.
I'm more or less I speak in we because if it's a we thing, it's a we thing.
Yeah.
Tell little man we said hello, welcome to the show.
They
But
said they said hi and welcome to the show. He said you're not part of the show because he would contribute. Turn around, eat your food. There you go.
Right. I
oh my
think
You know,
God,
it's
for
that
me,
was
it's
going
it's
on.
a little bit.
drama. Yeah, but that's also, and I agree with you, Marcus. But it's also about training and helping the generation forward. They only gonna know
Right.
that you say something. I know,
Yeah.
like that's just what it has to be. If you don't say anything, you don't give people that knowledge. They don't know to do that. We'll still be
Right.
in the same boat we always in
Yeah.
right now.
Exactly. And like I said, I didn't even realize that that was a thing that was of importance until recently. Like if you would have asked me what I was looking for in a relationship, it would have been like all of the general things that most people say, like communication, honesty, consistency, like the things that we always like root for. But to be able to say that in a person being intentional and clarity,
Yeah.
I mean, those are things I think that we don't even realize we should value until it happens. I know I didn't. Like, I didn't know that was something that I needed
Yeah.
until it was presented to me. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, I've never had a person like be so intentional with letting me know what, this is what I want. This is how I would, this is what I'm hoping for our relationship to be structured as. Like, this is important to me, that we speak to each other in this kind of way. We communicate in this kind of way. Like, I didn't even realize that that was something that was important until it happened. And I feel like that's like, and even and in saying that, that's not to say that we don't have arguments, because we do. We just are aware of what, how we want to approach it when we do. The ego still stands there. We both can be hurt. Our feelings can be hurt. We both may not be initially receptive of things when we first hear it, but we both also know maybe we need to take a moment to think about it, because this is how we want to communicate with one another.
Right.
Like,
And
this is how we want to be able to approach it.
For me, it was the opposite. It's kind of the opposite because I'm clear on the traumas that I've experienced in my life. And because of that, I have triggers that I don't even know exist until they happen.
Yeah.
And so my response can be visceral. You know what I'm saying? And I also realize that healing is still a process. So when I think I'm okay with something and I'm like, oh, I got it, and then something else comes up. So what I communicate, or what I will communicate to my partner, whomever he is, if you out there, hit me up. Talk to Mike first so he can help you understand what I'm looking for. Dead ass. My brother knows me. But for me, it's a thing of him being able to understand that you're not just my mate. There are parts of you as my man that are going to have to accommodate the parts of me as a little girl that didn't get a father. The parts of me that as a young woman didn't get proper guidance. That even sometimes you're going to be my therapist and my counselor. Sometimes I'm just going to say, I don't know why I feel the way you do. And I need that to be okay.
Yeah.
Because I got a late start in this emotional maturity in life. And I try not to punish myself for feeling behind. So I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's like, oh, you can talk about Aristotle as Socrates, but this triggered you. Yes, two things can be right at the same time. I can
Right.
both be beautiful and a bitch. Two things can be right at the same time.
Absolutely.
And I'm realizing even the comfort in even saying that out loud right now is crazy to me because I've never said that to somebody before. Like, yo, I don't think I'm a damaged person. I think I'm broken in places that I don't know that I haven't healed. And if you're going to be with me, you're going to get a woman who's going to listen to you, who's going to keep, you know what I'm saying, follow your directions. But that also comes with understanding that all of that submissiveness is attached to lower to triggers and traumas that I think I'm okay with. But if I'm not, or if I act in a way that is, I'll never be disrespectful intentionally, but I have a mouth on me, and I know that.
Hmm.
So it's almost like being able to talk me on the ledge, but no, I'm not trying to get on the ledge to get your attention.
Right.
Because things will happen, and you, like the other day, I was watching a video of a guy on a roller coaster. Oh no, guy on a roller coaster, and he was on by himself because he needed that moment to scream, and I could so relate to that. And it's like being able to, and his wife let him go up there by herself. You know what I'm saying? And she even said, I don't understand, but he does this once a year. But what she didn't know was the anniversary of the death of one of his close friends that he never talked about.
Mm.
So it's like being able to have that safe space sometimes with explanation. And I know that that's a lot to ask from somebody. Like I can admit that I am a lot. It's not that I'm not worthy of love, but I have lived a life that there's unfortunately or fortunately going to be an area of sacrifice that my mate is going to have to be willing to, but he's going to be rewarded for it. You know what I'm saying? That he's going to be
Hmm.
blessed for it. But it's like, it almost sounds like a sales pitch a little bit, but it's the truth. Some
Right.
of us are easier to love than others. Some of us had different, you know what I'm saying, dynamics growing up. And it seems like the harder it is, especially going, like you said, going through the relationship where you didn't even realize that you were being hurt. It's like somebody cutting you every day and you see the blood, but you're like, oh, I can patch it up. So then you convince yourself you're not hurting. To
Yeah.
come from that to realizing, okay, I'm acknowledging I'm hurting. You're not the person who hurt me, but because you chose to love me, you may have to deal with some of the blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me nervous with regards to being in a relationship because I don't have an adequate, consistent experience of being accepted and not being punished for blows that I was not fully aware of how I was given them.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, that makes
yeah,
sense.
that just got hella deep. Jeez.
It did, but I love it when it does. I love it when it does. I always tell Mike that when we have these kinds of conversations, it ends up being some form of therapy to some degree.
Jeez.
And we're lucky that I didn't cry because usually when we have conversations like this, there's a moment of
I
time.
caught myself. I caught myself because I'm telling you, it's so scary being free. I can't even explain the fear and the joy of freedom. To be able to
Mm-hmm.
say, yo, this is how I feel. So it's like saying, this is how I feel, then waiting to see if somebody's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it's fucked up, it's messed up because I don't want to be afraid, but I don't have another response yet.
Right.
So just
And
keep
it's
working on it. And keep working on it.
yes,
So,
yes,
you just keep working at that part. And you can call me anytime you ever want to talk about
I
anything and get some stuff off your chest, all that good stuff. I'm always here. And just like I'm doing right now, I'm choosing not to talk. And like a lot of people probably like, well, Mike, when is Mike gonna say something? Sometimes it's good to just shut the fuck up and just listen. Like remember when I told you that happiness? Yeah, that happiness can turn
yeah,
into focus real quick. Like, okay, it's time to shut
Yeah.
up.
yeah,
Happy time
yeah.
is not yet. But Cynthia, I know a lot when it comes
Yes.
to you. And as much as we try to move on, rather as people we lost and all the things, some people have ways they know how to deal with it. Some people, are still trying to deal with it or heal past it. Some people don't know what to do with it. We might
Yeah.
still be in a state of not knowing what to do with it when it comes to that. So it's just, it just takes time. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of talking. You got to talk about it enough until you get comfortable.
Right.
That's when it stops becoming pain and it becomes more or less, for me personally, I think it becomes a friend. I treat all my traumas eventually as a friend because they are
Mm.
never, ever, ever get away from you. So how can you help it walk with you where it's like, oh yeah, I remember you.
Yeah. Wow. Kind of like my picture, huh?
hmm Yeah, you just walk with your
I
trauma. That's what I do at
yeah.
least. You can't forget them. They here. They
I
here.
found
So
a
you
picture.
might as well just go ahead and teach you how to crip walk now. Like,
Like, hey, this is how I like my eggs, sunny side up on toast. Basic. I found a picture of myself when I was 17 years old, with a note on the back of it that said, "Dear you," or dear you, one day a boy is going to love your smile.
Oh
So keep
wow.
smiling because you're perfect. I was 17 when I wrote this. I'm 46 years old. Right, right. Okay. So I carry this picture with me. She's like my best friend. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like she was before my first pregnancy. She was before my mother got into an abusive marriage. She was before, like literally, she was before that time period in my life where everything went kapooey, so to
Right.
speak. And it's crazy because I'm like, my eyeshadow matches the dress in the picture even today. And I was like, subconsciously speaking, I really believe, or I know that I became the person I've always believed myself to be. Like, I was
Mm.
never big on idolizing other people, never big on that. But it's like between 17 and a half and 45, that time period, I had to go through this space of rediscovering what I've always known about myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
it's like this person now is a new person. So anyone who's in my life, including my children told me they're really getting to know me again.
Right. hmm
Because and I'm like, I'm with y'all. Because I'm being ready to act into things. I'm like, that's new. Like I didn't pop off. I actually cried. I got emotional. and I
Right.
don't and I don't feel weak about it. That's exactly how I felt. Like
Yeah.
somebody asked me what if I wanted to eat and I knew what I wanted. That's an accomplishment as a Libra woman. Because I ain't never known what I wanted to eat, but I did yesterday. Sure did.
I'm gonna say this right before you go, basic. Shout out to all 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 of you motherfuckers that keep sitting here and listening to us and having fun with us. I'm sorry I'm so vulgar, but I like being that way because it's fun. It's fun. I like it. You know, I like saying motherfucking. They be like, oh, you can't say that. I'm like, well, guess what? I ain't going to hell, so it don't matter. You know what I
Oh
mean? Like, you know,
gosh.
I ain't religious, so I guess I'm going to, shoot my ass to the star as far as, I don't give a damn, even though it's the sun. But anyway, let me stop being a nerd.
I love being a nerd.
like,
Technically, you
I
can't
just,
exist on Mars properly. You would be like five. You would be like 5 inches tall on Mars due to the compression of the air.
trying to be like Ultron out this motherfucker.
Pretty much.
Ultron is just eating planets and shit. Listen, basic. We got to get for real. We need to spend an episode talking about these motherfuckers right here because this is me and
Yes.
Agreed.
basic. This is our meeting grounds. We were talking about these
Right.
motherfuckers. I got everybody on this motherfucker right here.
Right.
I don't know who this dog was, but I know he got something on his forehead. He's like a brainiac, I guess. But
Well, they had alternate aspects of themselves in other universes. And first
yeah,
off, I
yeah,
had a guy I wanted to date, and he told me he did not like Marvel.
yeah. He go
I
to
did
hell.
not speak.
But anyway,
Yep,
he can go to hell with
yep.
nylon socks and gasoline draws,
Is,
as they
is
call it.
Blade on there? Because Blade is part of Marvel, and I
Yeah.
just recently found out that X-Men is part of Marvel. But Storm
Yeah.
and them didn't help out with. Why was they at when Thanos showed up?
It's about
Go ahead, because she probably about to explain it to you. Go ahead.
it's about who owns the rights to those movies at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so because of that is why they are not a part of the Marvel universe at this time.
Yeah.
But I was so mad when I figured that out. I said, hold on. I was on broccoli, not the vegetable. And I have I have comics. I'm a big comic book nerd. And so I went back to the comics and I'm like, they missing something because he's supposed to be with Aurora. Y'all call her Storm, but she got another name. And I'm like, but nobody talks about the fact that Charlotte's mama looked like she could have been Storm, which means was she actually Storm? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brain was doing the brain thing. And I'm like, where the hell was Jean Grey? Because Tony Stark didn't have to die if Jean Grey showed up. She could have wiped out everything with just the thought in her mind. Yeah. And then you listen, I got upset.
Well,
But I get.
welcome to the dark side.
Listen, I was down the rabbit hole. I was like, the Phoenix could have said all that straight. Magneto, what?
The best
Like,
part
what?
is down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Especially when you get down deeper and you really find out where Superman and then the Superman and Marvel. Yeah. And how some characters were scooted over. I was upset. I got over it, but I was just like, Iron Man did not have to die.
He probably did.
He
But
didn't.
anyway, that was just to get rid of the characters. But anyway, we could probably talk about this all day, enjoy
Right.
ourselves, but we have reached the climax. Sad to say it that way. I didn't have to say it. It just made it necessary.
Right.
It made it necessary to say that. But shouts out to everybody that has watched from practice needed. We got Marcus in the building. He always shows up. My man Chaz, Fresh, the wonderful ladies, Fantasy. We had Tori, we had Kira. Our usuals. We have I'm sorry, I'm just looking through the names now. Gotta find everybody. Maddie showed through. Rachel. Then we had Kristen. I gotta shout out all the ladies first. Y'all fellas can wait. Shannon, thank you for coming through. I definitely appreciate that first time coming through. I hope that you had a great time with us so far. We have Mari, aka Miss Virgo, stopped through for a quick second. Taz came in. He asked me wanted to come up here. I said, Taz, you too damn late, brother. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
And Taz I gotta be sure Taz don't stay on topic first.
Right. Toys. Thank you for coming through, Toys. Let's see who else we got. Danny Marie. Marie, thank you for stopping through. To everybody who basically stopped through and said something. Stephanie, MJ, first time coming through. Cynthia, you was in the comments earlier. Everybody who came through. Nori, everybody. So I thank y'all for coming through. If y'all still here, please, if y'all can, just do us a quick favor. Just just press the X on there. Hit the like for us. That'll do great and wonders for us to bring our numbers up and just something fun, and I want more people to come on. When y'all start feeling comfortable and y'all able to talk and spread that voice and all that knowledge that y'all got inside these chats, please come through and have great conversations with us here, because we are just growing and growing and growing every day because of y'all. And this isn't our show. We just run this shit. That's all. This is y'all show. It's called We Got Questions. It ain't Mike and Basic got questions for each other. Like, that'd be weird. Like,
yeah,
that'd be weird.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm a word person, so I was just thinking Mike's Basic Questions. Like this.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Be some old bullshit.
My bad.
Hold on. I said I was going to the homies. I said ladies first. Ladies, you want to be a part of the ladies session, Matt? No, I'm playing. Nah, shouts out to Mets, Marcus, Chaz Baz,
wow.
Taz. I don't know a lot of guys. My man Provolone came through. Where's my guy that always show up on Twitch? Like,
He's in
always
here.
come
He's in
through.
here.
He isn't here. Where's he at? My guy Joe heard him. Listen,
Yes.
Joe, we told you I gotta send you a message, Joe. I would do that right now. Actually, I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just sending him a message now. Like, yo, follow my. It should be on there, Joe. But I definitely would love for you to come through to the show one day. Yeah, Mets was in here, brother. He was in here. My man Mets. But yeah, next week we have our topic for next week too, don't we?
Yes, we're doing it's sort of like a game night of sorts. It's like how would we put it? It's a series of
I'm dressing up in a costume questions.
Too. So hear me out.
Mike
and I are meeting each other for the first time this weekend. And hear me out, Mike. I thought that possibly, because we are doing one night of everybody just kind of like being in and us just like chilling on an in night. I was thinking about a We Got Questions. Like, we could broadcast from the house here on live while we're all doing our little Halloween get together. It will not be a structured show, obviously, because we're probably going to be a little tipsy. And Raquel can't even think straight when. Mike won't unless we, I guess,
Some
fill
Put it
him
wine.
up
in his
with wine.
yogurt.
Who knows?
Put it in his yogurt.
Right, unless we'll spike his yogurt or something. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Spike his lettuce or his yogurt or something. We don't know.
Yes,
We'll
soak
figure
his
it out.
lettuce and rum or something.
But we might do a little like a little special We Got Questions Halloween edition on Saturday night when we're all like together in the house, just kind of chilling. It'll be me and Mike's first time meeting each other in person, so that should be interesting. And we'll also have some other people there. Some people who are in here with us will be there too, and it should be fun though. But for our next scheduled show, we're doing sort of like I don't want to say trivia, but we are asking questions of you guys, sort of like hypothetical situational questions, but it's going to be fun, like a little game night.
Oh, we would love guests. You know, if this is your first time and you actually want to come in and play a game with us, come on, play a game with us. There's 17 people watching. I expect 50 next show. So, but anyway, I'm a good thinker. But yeah,
That's a good number.
It's gonna be a fun concept show. I'm looking forward to something like that. We want y'all in the audience to ask us questions in a fun way, but it's going to be scenario based questions.
Yes.
So like, I need a good, fun scenario based question. And how I might do it is, if Blue Rain and Basic was drunk inside of a bed together and they was feeling a little frisky, what would actually happen? You got to tune in next week to find out about that answer, though.
What's wrong with him?
I'll just
Why did we make the same face?
It's hypothetical.
Right.
It
What
was
is wrong with him?
That is,
hypothetical.
and the fact your voice got so many high octaves to it lets me know that it was thought of before spoken at least 2 minutes. See? Like shit.
Ridiculous.
I cannot. I mean, I guess they have to tune in next week to find out the answer. I don't know what to say to that.
We got these Jones on deck.
Like,
Basic.
I mean, that's actually a story in one of my books.
I'm just saying.
It's literally what's the name of the story? What's the name of the story? The one with the student in it. What's the name of the story? Shit. It's actually in my book. There's a situation very similar to that.
Okay.
That's
Listen,
funny.
I know we gotta get out of here, but Basic, I'm gonna ask you every show until you actually make it happen. Would you do me in the honors of
The answer is no.
What's so hard about it?
It's not happening. It's not happening.
I don't know what that means. I'm so lost. I thought only 2 women could do that. I didn't know.
He's lost
Plenty of
his
people can
mind.
do it together. If you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Oh my god.
Shimona told on that.
We look forward to seeing your answer next week on this. So listen, Shimona, thank y'all for good. Thank you, Mets. Thank you.
It's not
Come on.
happening, Max. It's
Sesame.
not.
Why is that so important?
It's ridiculous. It's not happening.
Because I want her to do the full motion of
It's
I need her to do all that while we doing it.
Oh,
While we uniting the
she
scissor.
doesn't even
Like,
look like she would do that.
Thank you. It's like it's not even a thing that I would do.
you got to do it like, remember how DX used to be like, suck it. Instead of suck it, it's just like,
Yeah,
click
no,
it.
I'm
No.
good.
There's so much to unpack there, Mike, for your desire for this to happen. It's just, I'm
Thank
pretty
you.
sure it just leads to a
It's
voice.
an art and craft.
Hi.
I'm
Really? Bundles? 5'5" is crazy. What do you mean 5'5" is? How far back are you, Bundles? Bundles, go forward. Toys, did you send it to her and she started it right now? She gonna get to the end of the episode like, hey, they're talking about me. Like, we all in the
What
future right now. We at the end of the show.
like, what just happened? We're at Saturday and the next episode.
She about 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Have fun, Bundles.
It's just so she behind.
I just told her she behind. Yo, have fun, Bundles. Go have fun.
Oh my
Bundles.
gosh.
She probably
I
went
don't
over to
know
the phone
what
like,
you-
oh my God, they talking shit about me now. No, I ain't talking shit.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
so
She's not scissoring you, Mike.
why- I got anxiety as soon as you did that with your fingers.
Right. Put your hands away.
I'm glad you're finding forks that fit though. We're just having. I mean, that's a lot to ask for my first time. I just got here. You're already trying to scissor me. Like, can we build a rapport first on
I'll
this
put one
app?
picture of myself up when I was a baby. I was 21 in this picture. I look so cute. Look at me. I was so cute. I'm like a baby. I was
You do look
straight-
like a baby.
Uh-huh.
You look like you should be singing with Boys to Men.
I know, right?
You look like the light skinned friend that couldn't really sing and they put him out the group.
Fucking real. And I am the light skinned friend that you put out the group because he couldn't fucking sing.
Because Wanye felt a certain type of way. Like, oh my God, what's that picture? Oh God, I have so many things going through my head seeing that picture. Like you look like the son. You look
That
like
was
the son of the deacon.
2009.
That's when the child who was just sitting here was born.
It's a long time.
Wow, 14 years ago. Can
Baby.
y'all believe that we're in 2023?
I know.
Ah, it's so dope. It's so
I'm old.
dope.
I don't believe in time like that. I feel like we always in the same space anyway. So just wake up different.
It's just the environments rotate. Yeah.
Environments rotate. That's all. Same dirt, same people, same funky ass air, same this, same that.
First
same
off, okay.
missionary position.
You know,
It went left so quick.
and you just had yogurt and water, and this is the result.
Thank you, Joe. Even Joe on my side, and you've been rooting for Joe since he been here.
I
Joe
am
was
rooting
here.
for Joe, but I also have to let Joe down and let him know it's not going to happen.
I know, right?
Um,
Horrible picture. Show it again. Well, I gotta show it again. I know you had a lot of flip phone.
Probably.
Hold up.
Definitely.
Be here. I ain't gonna show none of your pictures, basically, because them Jones still sitting there. I ain't delete them.
Oh.
They still there. I ain't gonna take them on. I ain't gonna put them on. But this is probably the most nuttiest picture. Pause. But this is the nuttiest picture I ever had. I ain't gonna lie. I look like a stone. I was bony. I was skinny, and don't ask me why I got two wristbands of the same color on here. I'm red, white, and blue. I look like a straight nut New York dude. That's what I look like. But I don't care. Look at this. Like a straight up nut. Look how big that shirt is. That shirt big as hell.
I'm not gonna touch that. I have so many words.
That's
The
like
genre
2000
is coming out.
That's like
I have so many
2004, back when Trapped in the Closet came out. Yeah.
Yeah. You. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy.
Yeah. That was
Good times.
trash. But no, I'll let y'all go ahead and we get some rain. You go to get a quick exit. Where can they follow you and all that good stuff at?
Oh, okay. So I'm Exploring the Spoken Word. You can find me. You can Google me. I'm Googleable. Exploring the Spoken Word. My book, Dark Chocolate Chronicles, Central Short Storybook for Lovers, is located on Amazon. You can also go to Apple Music and Spotify and download my CD, Your Interpretation, Expressions of Blue. It's a poetic CD of ensembling of great poetry. And also, I have a big ass poetry book called Blue Life 2. There is no Blue Life 1. We just started with 2. It's 387 pages, 7 sections of poetry, and you can get that as well.
Sorry.
And then also, I have a clip. Oh,
scissor with me, baby. Yeah, scissor me.
oh Lord. And then I also have a Kindle version of Dark Chocolate Chronicles that has photos of my boudoir photo shoot that is not available in the hard copy.
Nice.
So you get to see what the cover looks like in living. So the yams are in the Kindle.
The yams is in the Kindle. Niggas gonna be ordering that shit. Hey yo, I'll be there. Come on with the
And thank you guys, Basic and Mike, for having me on. I greatly appreciate
Thank you for
being here.
coming.
Of course.
Definitely.
I really don't want to leave, but I know I gotta get some sleep at some point because I gotta be up earlier than all you peoples.
Well, I'm going to go so you guys can do your exodus. It's a pleasure. And I will see you guys. I'll see you guys Saturday. I look forward to Saturday.
Yes.
Fight the yogurt. Fight the
Spiking yogurt. Yes.
I love
It's
it.
spice.
Okay.
Oh, look at the baby. That's the mama's boy.
That is. Say goodnight. Say goodnight. That's Basic and that's Mike. Her name is Basic. Yes. No. Kids are assholes. Y'all got them for crazy.
Oh no, I know. See, they definitely a-holes. A-holes with no job, but I love it. All right, Basic. What we getting on it?
Yeah, that's
You
all
ready
I
to go
got.
to sleep, ain't you?
I am. I'm tired. It's been a long, long day, but this was fun. Thank you everybody for popping in. I appreciate all of y'all.
I'll
We're
send
gonna
it
have
over
to.
to you.
Yeah, we'll have to we'll get those links. But no, thank you everybody for popping in. It was fun. We will see you guys very soon.
Because Basic is sleepy.
I am.
You can see it all over her face. That's crazy.
Does that mean I'm gonna go to sleep? No. But am I tired? Absolutely.
She definitely tired. So, all right, y'all. We are out of here. I thank y'all for joining us. Yeah. Good stuff. I say bye. Hola fue. Sito fue. 1, 2, 5, 6, 6.